You. You. Take my banner. Take my banner. All right. All right. Make sure, hold up. Mic is in effect. Mic is in effect. Yo, y'all hear me? Yo, chat. What up? What up? What up? What up? Chat, what's popping? What's popping? All right, what's popping? Listen, we here. Yo, chat, y'all hear me? Oh, yeah, y'all hear me? All right. Let's run it up, man. What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome. 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 What's good, chat? Let's go, man. We got to chat, man. We got to talk. We got to talk. It's a lot going on right now with the sport of boxing. Man. There's a lot going on in the sport of boxing, bro. We got a lot of news to run through today. Y'all know how I do. I got a special guest, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know sometimes I just be calling people on stream, you know what I'm saying? You never know what you're going to get when you tune in to Cigar Talk. You might just get me one day. I don't know. You never know what you're going to get. But if you're here, I appreciate you. Please hit that like button, man. Let's get started. Y'all know what type of time we on. It's Big Cigar Talk. You know, little wine today, you know what I'm saying? A little red wine just to, you know what I mean? Got to pour up the red wine real quick, man. Got to pour up the red wine real quick, man. Now, please hit that like button for me, man, because we got to get started today. I got some things to say today. And I definitely need y'all. I need to hear y'all opinions. We got to get it popping. Before we get started, let me hit the chat. Let me see what chat talking about. Yeah, gonna be a fire. This gonna be dope. It's gonna be dope. Raider Transplant, salute. Says salute Cigar Talk. Najee, salute to the Thai boxing community. Look forward to this interview with your special guest, one of the best young talents in the sport, Zuffa Boxing. Okay, Raider Transplant, salute, man. Yo, good job, good fucking job at the press conference. Thank you, man. Yo, I appreciate that, man. For those that missed it, I was the host of the press conference for the GWOAT, the big GWOAT, Clarissa Shields. She's back against K. Scott, August 15th, Salida Promotions. Let me drop my bomb for Dimitri Salida, man. That's my guy, man. Dimitri Salida Promotions, making big moves, big time boxing. You know, it was a great press conference. The GWOAT versus the unified middleweight champion, WBA, WBC. A lot of people was, you know, they was kind of hating some people like, yo, why she fighting K. Scott? I'm like, yo, that girl's she's a middleweight champion, unified. Clarissa's coming down from heavyweight. Like, damn, like, you know what I'm saying? The only person I ever really, like, I'm going to be honest, that I know that came from heavyweight and went back to middleweight is a guy by the name of Roy Jones Jr. That's a crazy feat, man. And then also, I hosted another press conference. I don't know if y'all saw that. It went viral. I hosted it alongside this guy named Saucy Santana. Y'all familiar with Saucy Santana? This one of the undercards, y'all. Salida Promotions, you know what I'm saying? They trying new things. They trying to bring more casual audience. So it's a lot of real fights. Troy Isley, Atif Overton. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know Atif Overton, 175. Him and Ben Whitaker gonna shake it up. That's a great fight. But anyway, they partnered with Zeus. Y'all know Zeus? They be doing the baddie show. Anyway, it was Ray J and Orlando Brown on there, and they was wilding. I'm trying to get my speech out. I'm trying to get it. I'm trying to set it up first before we get to the. And they came in wilding. Ray J and them was wilding. Orlando Brown smacked them with it was like 5,000. Smacked Ray J in the face with 5,000. Shit viral everywhere. TMZ, you see me in the back. I'm trying to keep it cool. I'm trying not to laugh and shit. You know, I'm trying to be professional, but now listen, y'all know I'm a real boxing head, man. I love this boxing. I love this boxing thing that we do. But I ain't gonna lie, I can't. I want to see the shenanigans too. Ray J and Orlando Brown. What? This is gonna be the worst fight ever, but it's gonna be entertaining. It's gonna be terrible. None of them niggas is in shape. They both gonna be tired by the end of the first round. I'm telling you now. But it's gonna be entertaining though. So we mix in a little, it's some craziness mixed in with the real boxing. So I hosted that press conference, and it was a good time, man. So salute to Ray J, salute to Orlando Brown, salute to Lemmy, and of course, salute to the biggest guo, Clarissa Shields. You know what I mean? August 15th, tap in. We on location. Terrell, what's popping, bro? Marta Prince, salute. Uh-oh, my dog Sham in here. Sham, what's good? Yo, Mega Flash, what's popping? Charles Conwell returns on Rote Zepeda. Ooh, Marta Prince, thank you for dropping that in the chat. I like Charles Conwell, bro. He took that L to the dude. What's the guy name that he took the L to? Was it like Perez or something? I forget his name, but I remember how he looked. Matter of fact, Xander beat that guy that Charles Conwell lost to. I think Xander. Was that Xander that fought him? I'm pretty sure that was Xander, I think. Yo, what's good? Yo, Joaquin. Big C, what's popping? All right, yo, listen, we about to get to it. Oh, my boy Kendrell in here. Kendrell, what's popping? Y'all need my badge. What's the badge? You mean that wrench? I'll give you the wrench. I got to figure out. Hey, pause. That sounded crazy. Hold up. That sounded crazy. I ain't gonna lie. But I'll work on that though. My boy Kendrell, salute though. Why you think people think Fundora beat Boots? Oh, all right, Freddie. Y'all ready to get into it, man? Salute to Freddie for the super chat. Y'all ready to get into it? Y'all ready to get into it? All right, let's just get to it, man. Let's just get to it, man. Oh, Big C, hold on. Let me tell you, this is a Cabernet, Cali Cabernet. This one fire. If you're a wine drinker, fire. I like to sip some red wine occasionally, you know what I'm saying? After a long day, get some little red wine, nothing too crazy. All right, let's get to it though. Boots. Ennis. Bro. This guy Boots is like, it's just kind of crazy because I was really sitting back and analyzing what I saw. And mind you, I got to rewatch the fight because I was there in person. So I didn't actually see the fight on TV. And I like to rewatch it on TV, but they still got it pay-per-view. I'm not paying. I was already there. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to pay. But as soon as it's available, I'm going to go watch it. Here's the thing about Boots Ennis. Hit the like button, please. Hit the like button because we cooking today, and I got a special guest on the way. I got a couple special guests on the way, actually. It's a couple of them on the way. Let's get to this. Boots Ennis. I'm analyzing Boots. I'm watching this game. Now, y'all know, I told y'all on Cigar Talk, we knew we said this as a community. Xander, he can't beat Boots. He's not good enough to beat Boots, respectfully, because I like Xander and I think he's a great fighter. Great might be a little too strong. He's a really good fighter. I can't put him in the great bracket yet. I think he has more to do to be known as a great. But he's a very good fighter that ran into a special fighter. Boots Ennis is a special fighter. Why? Let's break down what we saw. Let's break down what we saw. First things first. And I said this on because I did I went live on the stream that they got on DAZN with Showbiz. Salute to Showbiz. Showbiz the adult. He has like a stream that they do. It's like an alternate stream, I guess, on DAZN that if you don't want to watch the or listen to the commentary, you could listen to Showbiz, I think. But it's like a stream that's happening live as the fights are going on. And the DAZN people hit me like, yo, we want to bring you up here with Showbiz. I'm like, all right, cool. So we get on there, me and Showbiz talking, and Biz, he like, yo, break down the fight. And I told Biz this off rip. Y'all can watch it. It's probably somewhere on DAZN. I didn't even see it, but we did it. Pause. I already said off the rip, Boots' speed is gonna be too much for Xander Zayas off rip. That was number one. That was the first thing I said. The speed differential is going to be too much. That's literally what we saw from the first round. I think it wasn't only 10 seconds. They walk out. You know how it go. You walk out. You try to get your distance. Boots lands the fucking jab first. Boots' jab was so fast off rip, bro. The speed was too crazy off rip. You know what I'm saying? Come on, hit the like button. Oh, hold on. Oh, my guest is here. Hold up. All right, let me hold up. Let me set the table. We gonna get to it, y'all. Y'all know we gotta cook. We gonna cook. We gotta get this. We gonna talk about Boots and Xander, but I wanted to bring up this guest right here because, and I got a few guests today, but this is one of them. Let's get to it. Hold up. Let me reset the table. We gonna get to the Boots shit, y'all. Y'all know we gonna cook today. We gonna cook today, y'all. All right. Hold up. Before we get to all of that, a part of this show as Cigar Talk, we obviously, the biggest names in the sport visit the platform. You know what I'm saying? They respect us as a platform, Cigar Talk community. You know what I mean? We get the biggest names in the sport here. Canelo, Crawford, everybody, Boot, everybody's been on here. But it's also important for me to make sure that we're highlighting the up-and-coming guys and guys that are making noise and that are going to become names of the next generation of the sport. We got to get these guys as well because that's what pushes the sport forward. And it's guys like this, my guest today. He's one of those guys that you all know and should be familiar with. And if you don't, today you're going to get to know him. His name is Jalil Hackett. I got Jalil Hackett about to pull up to the stage. Very good fighter. Orthodox. I believe he's out of D.C. Young man that's got a lot of promise. And I want to hear from him. I want to see what he got to say. We got to talk. I got to know. He has a fight coming up in July. And it's a real fight, y'all. This is a real fight. This is a real fight. So I know y'all in here. I know y'all want me to cook the Boots, but we're going to get to it. Let me bring up this young man right now. Please chat. Show some love. Make some noise. Let me get a couple W's in the chat. W's in the chat. Yeah, Dervinchenko. I forgot how to pronounce his name. Dervinchenko. W's in the chat for Jalil Hackett. Yo.
How you doing, man?
Man, I'm good, brother. How you?
I'm good, man. Staying out the way. Getting ready for this fight.
Man. Yo, listen, let's get straight to it. You know what I'm saying? We got some W's in the chat. Jalil Hackett. Yo, you got a real. I love this point in a fighter's career like you, where to me, this is a step up type of fight to me. I feel like this guy, Dervinchenko, I've watched him a bunch of times. He got some power. this fight to me represents a step up where you go from like, you know, prospect to where people are like, oh shit, this is contender. Like we talking next level. Do you feel like this is that kind of fight for you?
No, absolutely. First off, I want to thank Zufa and thank Sergey Derevchenko's team for taking the fight. At the point of his career that he's in now, if he was to say something like, I'm not fighting Jalil Hackett, he not long enough in the tooth, it don't get me nowhere. They wouldn't be mad at him for that because it's realistic. Still young in my career, only 13 pro fights. So it wouldn't be wrong for him to say that. But they offered him to fight with me and he was like, let's do it. So huge shout out to him. Coming up in the amateurs, like late in my amateur career, early in my pro career, I've seen a lot of them. We actually fought on the same card in 2021. I think it was my fourth pro fight. If I'm not mistaken, it's my fourth pro fight. When Tank fought Isak Cruz. He
Oh,
fought
okay.
on the undercard of that. He actually fought Carlos Adames. And they actually had a very, very good fight. I think it was a
I remember that.
majority decision. He
Yeah, I
beat him
remember that.
by majority decision. So I've always watched him. He's a very tough fighter. His coach, I've known this coach since I was a kid, Coach Andre Rozier. That's a hell of a coach. Him and my dad are pretty close. So it'll be nice, to see them match wits. And me and him will go in there and duke it out as fighters, and the best man gonna come out on top.
What? How do you prepare differently? Being that, like I said, this is this is one of those. I don't want to say make or break, but this is one of those fights that could propel your career. Is it like? Do you approach it like you doing something different, or you feel like it's kind of the same thing? I'm gonna run the same program.
Mentally, I'm cool as a cucumber, man. I always, keep the great poker face. Excuse me, no matter how anything is going. Um, but for this fight right here, I treat every fight like it's the biggest fight of my career. But this one right here is the fight. Winning this fight definitely propels me way higher than where I am now at the 160-pound division. Realistically, I feel like there's a big win in this fight puts me in the top 10 at the division. Derevchenko is a guy who's battle tested. Some of the best in the world he's been in there with. Some even argue that he beat Triple G.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's no way I don't, get into the top 10 after this fight at 160 pounds, due to the fact that on top of it, he is coming down. He did fight a few fights at 168, but he's
Yeah.
currently ranked in the top 10 at 168 by the WBC. So, this fight right here, a big win in this fight, I feel like it takes me from prospect to contender.
What do you when you looking at a guy? Because some people in the chat they say, oh, they call him old in the chat. When you feel like it's a veteran fighter, does that make you like, all right, I gotta press this, dude coming off rip, or is it like, nah, I'm gonna take my time and try to slowly break him down?
In this fight right here, I definitely feel like this is a fight where being too cautious will give him time to think and dissect me as a fighter. But being reckless and just going straight in, his veteran ways to kick in and he'll probably catch me coming in. So it's a fine in between that we gotta find to go out there and get a W.
Yeah. Okay. Well, tell me this, Jalil. You signed to Zuffa Boxing. Um, it's been a whole lot of talk with Zuffa, man. Like a lot of the fans is like, yo, Zuffa coming in, they trying to change shit, blah, blah, blah. What's your vibe? Like you're there, you're in it, you in the Zuffa system. How like what's the vibe? What do they tell you? How do they treat you? How is it different than what you've been used to?
All right, so I've been with Zuffa since they first started. And I can honestly say, like, I don't have no complaints. A lot of the complaints realistically are coming from fans who don't, they don't gain or lose any money from the situation,
Yeah.
and other promoters who are losing their fighters to Zuffa. And if I was
Mm.
losing my fighters to Zuffa, I complain too. You know, um, I just think about it like this. Like I said, I've said it before publicly, and I'm gonna say it again. I've only had one fight with Zuffa. This is my second fight with Zuffa. But in my one fight with Zuffa, I made more in just that one fight alone than I made in two fights with Matchroom.
Mm.
And Eddie Hearn and Matchroom, that's a great promoter. I'm not taking anything from Eddie. When I first signed on with Eddie, Eddie immediately got me a fight for a continental title against Pete Dobson. You know,
Yeah.
and he was moving me fast. I wanted to be moved fast, so he was moving me fast. You know, I ended up losing the belt in my very next fight, but it was what I asked for.
Yeah.
I asked to be moved fast. You know, that's one of the risks you take when you know you want to be moved fast. But in those two fights alone, one in which was a title fight and the other one in which was a title defense, I made more in one fight with Zuffa than I made in both of those fights combined. Just let that sink in. And then on
Mm.
top of that, if we're taking a deeper dive, you know, if we just talk about my bonus money, like not even my fight purse, but the bonus money I made from my first fight, I made
Yeah.
more in bonuses than I did in my first fight with Matchroom. You know,
Mm.
so just that's a lot to say right there.
Oh
You
yeah,
know,
they got the bag then. They got the was you
yeah,
hold up, was you nervous and hesitant to go over there, being that it was such a topic of conversation between, like you said, fans and everybody? Was you kind of like, or was you
I
like, man,
was
let's go?
I was nervous until like I always be like they gotta put the shit in writing. You know,
Yeah,
I don't really be trying to fall under the dumbass boxer stereotype. You know, they give you a contract. If the bitch got 50, 60 pages on it, sit the fuck down for a few days.
right.
Read over it, and after you read over it with your team. You know, then after you and your team do it, read over it with a professional, somebody who looks at contracts for a living. And
Yeah,
after the whole breakdown, it was like, shit, why not?
yeah. Okay. Now tell me about this, because I was here in New York when they had the sparring session joint, the box world sparrings.
Uh-huh.
And I feel like that gave you a whole new life. Like that put you on the map. It was you and Rashidi Ellis, and y'all was in there rumbling. I was right there. I was right there. Y'all was in there
Nah,
rumbling.
fact.
Tell me that. Like, what did you think? Like, yo, this sparring session is gonna be able to like give me a boost in my career?
No, I didn't. I didn't. I did not see that coming. For those of you who don't know, prior to that sparring session, I hadn't fought since I had lost in December 2024. You know, I lost my belt. I lost the little continental belt I had. And then they had a rematch scheduled for March. And then I had an injury the week of the fight. You know, there's a
Yeah.
lot of speculation about, that. A
Yeah, I
lot of
remember that.
people
They was killing you for that, Jalil. They
Yeah,
was on your ass.
a lot of people was frying me. They was like, yeah, he faked the injury. You know, he wasn't gonna make weight. He was scared. Like it was everything in the book. And so, like a little bit after that happened, Matchroom dropped me. So I
Mm,
was basically like a free agent, and I was a free agent coming off of a loss. It's not like I was just a free agent because my contract expired. I was
yeah.
a free agent coming off of a loss. So it was like nobody really wanted to take a chance on me. I have completely like mentally I had checked out of the sport of boxing. Like building up to losing, my focus wasn't all the way there. You know, I was young, still am young, but I was young, just made a lot of mistakes, and that led to me losing. No excuses. A lot of people scream robbery. I don't believe in robberies in boxing.
Mm,
If you wanted it, you would have went and got it. You know,
yeah.
and I ain't wanted more than him. That's why he won. You
Mm,
know, so after that happened, we had the rematch that got canceled. And once they canceled the rematch and then I got dropped, I was mentally checked out. When I found out about the sparring, I was like fresh off of like rehab type shit for my ankle and shit. I was like, shit, fuck it. Why not? I was kinda in shape, but I wasn't really in no super shape.
yeah.
Like I'm like, what's the worst that could happen? So I
Oh,
just
so
went
what
up
you
there.
think at the time? You like, all right, Turkey putting on this sparring. Let me just go and try to whoop somebody ass in front of Turkey, and maybe I
All
can make
right,
it.
yeah. So it's a year. This is a year ago now, so I can keep it a bean. So when I found out about the sparring probably like a week before it happened. When I
Mm,
found out about it, somebody sent it to me. I was boxing the car. Not boxing, but if you know, you know. I was boxing the whip. I'm like,
yeah,
I'm finna
yeah,
go up here and spar. So I just
yeah.
that whole week I ran every day so I could be in shape
Get
to
back in
spar.
shape. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so I ran every day that week, and then I just went up there and was like, I'm gonna just go up here and work because what's the worst that could happen? Fuck it. Went up there and work, and then probably like a week and a half, 2 weeks go by. I got a call. They asked if I wanted to be on that card for the Bud Crawford and Canelo fight week.
Yeah.
I told them, hell yeah, I don't give a fuck who I gotta fight. I just want to fight. And fought that fight, and then everything kind of like took off from there.
That's fire. That's a crazy story. I ain't gonna lie. That's kind of crazy. Hold up. Well, take me through the mind frame though when Matchroom dropped you though, because I want to understand like what it's like. Because the fans got to understand what it's like to be a fighter. Because we fans, and I say we, not just y'all in the chat. I feel like we criticize these fighters, but you don't know exactly everything they're going through. So tell me that. What was it like? All right, you took your L, and then Matchroom dropped you. Obviously you said mentally you was going through it, but was you at this point like, man, fuck boxing, like it's done for me because I took an L? Like what was you thinking?
Like, so initially when I lost, my first thing was like, all right, we're gonna rematch. And so when that fell through, I was like, oh God. I was like, no way, no way, they're just gonna say fuck me,
Yeah.
because I talked to Eddie the day I left Florida to go home after the fight got like canceled. I'm on
Mm-hmm.
crutches, and shit, got the boot on. And
Yeah.
Eddie, like, just give us a call when you're ready, once your ankle's good. And I was like, all right, cool. So, I went home, got straight to rehab. I was doing rehab with my doctor, and I was
Yeah.
doing my own rehab with like a completely different guy I was paying.
Okay.
And so I was doing like rehab shit 7 days a week. And so next thing you know, my dad, like, yeah, we gonna keep going no matter what. I'm like, huh?
Yeah, like what you mean?
What
What's
you
that?
mean? Like, yeah, I know we gonna keep going because when we get this belt back, we back good. And so he was like, nah, Eddie and them, they want to part ways. I'm like, damn,
Mm.
that's fucked up.
Cause
Yeah,
the nigga
around
like, yo, call me when you good, and then a couple weeks later it was like we off.
yeah, then it was like, so that's March. That's March. Mind you, my birthday in May. So that happens in March. I go into like this, I wouldn't call it I don't know if I could call it a depression, because that's a strong word. But I
Yeah.
just go into like
You
this
depressed
funk.
though. You depressed though, right?
Yeah, I was fucked up. I can't lie. Now I was fucked up. And
Yeah.
so I just was like, most athletes do, like in a time of stress, you find ways to try and make yourself happy. I'm spending money left and right. I'm going to casino. I'm just doing everything I ain't supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
I'm drinking heavy. I'm
Yeah.
smoking every day. And so it got to a point where I was like, fuck, no way. And I look up, I'm damn near broke. And
Mm.
so I'm like, shit, I throw a party for my birthday. I throw a big ass party in the city. DC ain't but so big. So like
Yeah.
the whole city come to my party and my party gets shot up. They shoot my party up. I spent my last on this party. I'm
Right.
thinking like, I'm gonna throw me a party, I'm gonna put some money in my pocket, but I'm gonna have
Yeah. Get
fun.
some bread back. Get some bread back.
Yeah, but they end up shooting my party up, and that was just like it. At that point, I was like, man, shit, I'm washed. You know,
Yeah.
10 years from now, it's gonna be a young fighter and they dad or somebody, whoever they under their tutelage, gonna tell them like, man, that guy used to be nice, but he lost focus, and look at where he at now. I'd probably be out somewhere on the block, you know,
Mm.
not doing what I was brought here to do. So yeah, no, I definitely I look at 2025 as a whole, and I just tell niggas all the time, like, bro, like, don't give up. Anything can happen at any moment. Just trust your gut. And if you see like a little opening, run towards the opening.
So low key, the turkey sparring shit changed your life, low key. Then.
Nah, 1,000%. 1,000%. 1,000%. If if
Wow.
if I don't go to that sparring, and it's so crazy. The person who sent it to me is not even a boxer. It was just one of my homies that was like, man, you should go up here. You should
Mm.
go up here. And I'm like, why not? Fuck it. Fuck it, we
Right.
ball.
Right.
And so
Right.
I just went up there.
Damn.
But it's
That's
crazy how the
crazy.
world works.
Damn, that's crazy for real. That is crazy because that sparring was lit. That was a good opportunity. I feel like Marquise fucked it up when he started hitting niggas in the back of the head. That Marquise fucked the sparring up. But that was a great opportunity. Okay. So tell me about this though, Jalil, because you you come from, you was with around the Mayweather camp like as a real young kid though, right?
Yeah, I was around them, my 10th grade. So I once again not into the whole dumb boxer thing. I went from 10th to 12th grade. I skipped 11th grade.
Oh, you
So
was one of them smart niggas, Jalil?
come on now. Come on now. I just hey,
I don't
hey,
know.
I
I
just
didn't
do
know. I just say,
I
you know how they
just
be
do a
like,
sport. I do a sport filled with a bunch of dumbass niggas.
yeah,
But I ain't a dumbass nigga. Know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
I feel you.
I had academic scholarships coming out of high
Oh,
school.
that's what's up.
But
Okay.
yeah, no, so from 10th to 12th grade, I that going into that summer, I did camp with Boots. I'm not Boots, I'm sorry. We was talking about Boots, all
Yeah.
this week. But I did camp with Tank. And he was getting ready to make like his homecoming fight. He ended up fighting a dude, I think his name was like Ricardo Nunez or something like that. But
Okay.
getting ready for that fight, I was the guy getting most of the rounds in that camp. And huge shout out to Coach Kenny, Coach Calvin. Shit, shout out to Tank too. They vouched for me. They spoke very highly of me to Leonard Ellaby and Floyd. And from there they was real. They was fucking with me. And I went back to camp with Tank one more time. And then they told me they was gonna sign me. But then obviously the pandemic happened and that slowed a lot of shit
Mm,
down.
yeah.
That slowed a lot of shit down. And then flash forward to 2021, that's when I, turned pro.
So, all right. So, well, take me to this part. I mean, obviously, you just said you were sparring with Tank, early, super early on. At that point, when you sparring him, do you know this is before Tank's not a star at this point? He a nigga trying to get his spot too. Did you know at that point, like just from being around him and sparring him, like, damn, this dude about to be one of them guys? Did you know that or feel that energy, or just kind of happen like that?
No, for sure. I knew he was gonna be one of them guys. Cause at the time, I just think about it as me as a 16-year-old. I was 16 years old at the time. It's like shit. This nigga pulling up to the gym every day in a double R. He pulling up in a
Oh,
Rolls
so he
Royce.
already hold up. He already on at this point?
This 2019.
Oh, 19. I don't know why I thought you said it was like 17, 16.
Nah, this 2019. I told you I was
Okay.
16. Yeah. So
Okay.
2019, like he was really
Oh,
basically
yeah, he
there.
already, he already.
Yeah,
Okay.
he there. He pulling up to the gym, double R. At the time, he fuck with Ari. You
Yeah.
know, he was
Yeah.
the man. And
Oh,
like
you see
I
Ari
be,
at the gym too? You was like, oh, Ari
I'm
doing.
like, I'm like, bro, I'm telling myself like, Jalil, you could get here. You could be here eventually. And
Yeah.
so, the first few times we sparred, it was definitely like I'm holding my own, but it's like this Tank. He was whooping that ass. But it's like,
Yeah.
damn, like one thing he would say to Calvin and them is like, this motherfucker keep coming back. Like he keep coming back. And I hit him with some shit that usually I hit a nigga with and they don't want to spar no more. Like he's still here. And then after a while, like, I started to feel myself getting better. And like I wouldn't have to spar him every day, but like the days where I'm sparring other people, I'm wearing their ass out. Cause it's like, bro, I
Mm,
just a sparring Tank.
yeah.
Y'all niggas ain't nowhere near his level. So
Right.
yeah, no, I definitely appreciate him for that time we spent in camp. And yeah, no, from there, like after that camp, I just felt myself elevate to a whole different level, mentally, physically, everything.
Okay, that's what's up. Tell me about this though, because I saw recently it was, it was people, Tank, he got the troll page. It's not troll page. What you call it? A burner. He got the burner account on Twitter. And there was something on there where they was saying like him and Coach Calvin and everybody split up. And now people saying he working with Benavidez Sr. What you think about that just as a fighter, right? Like when you've been with a coach for, basically your whole career, and then, you make a pivot or you go somewhere else. How does that affect you as a fighter? And I guess what do you think, being that you obviously both of them, Kenny and Calvin and them? What do you think about that whole situation?
Um, Transitions like that affect different fighters in different ways. We think about a guy like Roy Jones Jr. He left his dad and he had a Hall of Fame, worthy career.
Yeah,
He's a Hall of Famer. So,
yeah,
you have situations like that. And then we've also seen countless other fighters leave the trainer that they started with and their career goes completely downhill. So, it depends on the fighter. Tank is a generational talent. So, I think he's a guy that regardless of the trainer, he's gonna go out there and he's gonna do something crazy every time.
yeah, yeah. You think Benavidez Senior is a good coach for him?
Absolutely. Benavidez Senior. He got two sons, Jose and David, both very very good fighters. He even was working with Rayo too, right? If I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken,
he
he
was.
was
He
working
was.
with Rayo, and he got Rayo to a world title. So history repeats itself. I feel like he got those three guys to the top. Tank is a guy who's already been at the top, and I think he'll keep him there realistically.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. What did you learn a lot from Floyd when you was around him though? Did you learn anything from Floyd?
If I'm being honest, I learned a lot as far as the outside of the ring stuff. Like as far as in the ring, I feel like our styles are completely different. So it was like, of course, this is Floyd Mayweather, but it wasn't like I was sitting there and I'm watching him train and stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna shoulder roll like Floyd. Like,
Yeah.
but it was definitely like on some shit. Like he would always preach like save your bread. Save your bread. Don't go buy dumbass shit. Stay in the gym. Keep the main circle the main circle. So it was
Yeah.
stuff like that that really stuck with me with him.
What you think? You know they trying to say Floyd broke now, Jaleel. What you think? You believe the rumors or you think it's cat?
Um, I think he's at a point where he doesn't have as much money as he used to have, but we can't say broke. Our version of
Yeah.
broke and his version of broke
Yeah,
are
rich nigga broke
two
is different than right.
two
Yeah.
different brokes. Rich nigga broke is like, damn, I'm down to my last million.
Yeah.
Where our broke is like, shit, I don't know where I'm gonna eat tonight.
Yeah. Nah, you right about that.
Yeah.
I believe that. I believe that. All right. Well, listen, tell me about this real quick because we was all talking and you know, Boots Ennis was a topic of conversation right now. Everybody talking about Boots. Did you see the fight? If so, what'd you think?
I seen the fight, hell of a fight. He put on a hell of a performance. You know, he that dominance he had at 147 is it definitely went up to 154. Hats off to Xander because number one, like everybody's been saying, Xander didn't have to take that fight. He
Yeah.
Xander dared to be great, took the fight. He wasn't victorious, but I'm sure that Xander is. He will probably move up to 160, and I think he'll be a good fighter at 160.
Do you think are you one of the? Because I seen a lot of fighters that said they felt like Xander quit. I vehemently disagree with that. I feel like Xander did not quit. One is his coach threw in the towel. Number one, but two, it was like if he quit, he could have quit in the in the fourth round. He was getting his ass whooped, and I felt like he kept going. And at that point, it was just like he looked at his corner and accepted like they're gonna stop it. It's over. What do you think? Because a lot of people was saying that he quit, even in the chat right now. Some people saying he quit in the chat. What do you think? Do you feel like he quit?
I think like you said, the corner threw in the towel, but I feel like he agreed with it, and he wouldn't have been mad. Well, like he wasn't mad, that they threw the towel in. A lot of fighters are skeptical about it, but like Andre Ward said, he said he know a lot of fighters that have been talking crazy about him, and he said he know personally that a lot of them fighters wouldn't have made it to, that round. They probably would have quit in the third round, like you said. You know, me personally, I don't condone quitting. I don't condone it, but you know, he
But is
made
that
it to
quitting, Lil, though? If your corner about to throw it in and you accept that, like, all right, I've
yeah,
accepted.
that's a little bit crazy. But just speaking from a realistic standpoint, that man he was a unified world champion at 154. Jalil Haggett ain't been a world champion. So Jalil Haggett don't have no room to really speak on, what he did in the ring. I'm just
Yeah,
being honest. Now,
I respect.
other world champions talking crazy about him, I respect their opinion because they've been where he's been. Some of them have been further than where he's been. But anybody who ain't never been a world champion, especially like anybody who ain't never even been a fucking pro boxer, I don't think they got room to really talk about what he did in the ring.
Yeah, he cooking us all in the chat because we all talking about that shit. He cooking us in the chat, y'all, because we ain't never been in that ring for real, not for real. Um, I agree with that. All right, now there was an undercard on that Boost fight. A guy from Brooklyn, his name is Jahad Tucker, 160 pounds. Jalil, I feel like y'all niggas, I don't. That's one of them ones that we might gotta see. What you think about that fight? You
Hey,
versus Kai Tucker.
it's so crazy. Me and Jahai been talking about this shit for about 2 years. We've been
Yeah.
talking about this shit for 2 years. You like, bro, because at one point we was both at 47. And then he moved up to 54. I was still at 47. And then I made a pit stop at 54 and went to 60. And now he's still at 60 doing his thing. Just got a huge win over a very, very tough guy. Um, what we've been talking about is eventually gonna come true, and that's gonna be a hell of a fight. Cause Jahai ain't nothing but a dog. He ain't nothing but a dog. And me and him, we talked leading up to this fight, and he just kept telling me, he like, bro, watch this. Watch how I do this shit. Watch how easy I make it look. And he
Mm.
went out there and got the job done. So,
It
hats
wasn't
off
that
to
easy
him.
though. It wasn't that easy, but I
Now
feel
it
you.
wasn't easy. It wasn't easy, but at the end of the day, he was the man with his hand raised, and
Now you
everybody
was.
thought he deserved
But
it.
he was.
So yeah, like me and him been saying for a while, like it's gonna happen soon. Our slogan is we bringing boxing back. Every time we talk, we tell him like we bringing real boxing back. Like
So
back in
that's your
the
man. That's your
yeah,
man.
that's my man's. Like me and him talk like outside of boxing. We talk
Yeah.
more than just boxing. Like we that's really my guy. So we be talking like when the chips is at the biggest, when they willing to pay us the most, that's when we gonna fight.
So you don't got no problem fighting your man's? Like, all right, this is my man, but you know what I'm
This
saying?
how
I
we
got
make this how we make our cheese. This how we make our cheese. And if we make it a good enough fight, they're gonna pay us twice.
mm, yeah.
And if it's good twice, they might pay y'all a third time. You know,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's no bad blood. I think I spoke on this in the interview not too long ago. I never hated no nigga in boxing except for one nigga. And I don't even hate him no more. Cause we ended up running
Cool.
into each other. We talked it out.
Cool.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. After I lost, that nigga Devin was talking crazy about me. And I
Oh,
genuinely
I
hated
remember. Oh, I do remember. You and Devin
I
got into it on Twitter.
I
I do remember.
genuinely hated that nigga. And I was like, bro, when I catch him, bro, I'ma crash. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna crash. I'm gonna show these niggas why you don't get no niggas no money and why most of these niggas ain't nothing but products of the environment. Cause
Yeah.
boy, they was gonna be like, man, that's a bitch ass boxer. If you a boxer and you seen it, why you ain't just fight him? Blah, blah. Bro, I was gonna
Yeah.
crash. But like we ended up running into each other. We ran into each other after my fight on the Bud Crawford fight week.
Oh,
And,
okay.
and yeah, he was like, man,
Hold on, hold on. We got to get to it because I remember. Now that you said it, I do remember when y'all was going back and forth on Twitter. When you seen him, what was the energy? Was the energy like kind of like Was it like
Nah, it wasn't really that because I was literally walking out of the ring.
yeah?
I was walking out of the ring. I seen him and he was like, good job, you a decent little fighter. And I was
Oh,
like, I
that's what he said.
know.
He tried to little bro. You try to little bro you.
Yeah, I said, I know we gonna fight soon. He said, yeah, when you get to this level, we definitely gonna fight soon. And
Oh
so
yeah,
I was like, all right,
Dev be
cool.
popping that shit. Dev gonna
So I
pop that.
changed my clothes. I come back out because like I'm not pissed, but I'm looking for him. I'm like, we got some shit we need to talk about.
Yeah.
And so we talk, and I'm like, bro, why you say that shit you said? Like my fight had nothing to do with you. How the fuck you come hating? And he was like, well, bro, you hated on me first. Like I hated on you because you hated on me. Like you gotta
Right.
understand, you gotta respect it. I'm like, when
Hold
the
on.
fuck I
You
hate?
say you hating on them for the Ryan shit? You was hating on the Ryan shit? Probably that lost
So
too, huh?
look, I'm like, what did I hate on you about? Cause I'm lost. And he like, bro, when I lost to Ryan, you said I was a bitch because I sued him. I was like, I told him, I said, bro, it was some bitch ass shit to sue him. You should have just fought him again. He was like, I was going to fight him again.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, man. We'll see each other soon in the ring. But like after that conversation, that shit was dead. But like any
Yeah.
nigga like Pete, like me and Pete was having our back and forth building up to the fight. But I
Yeah.
talk to Pete all the time now. Like he was telling me after the fight, he like, bro, if you want to get far in this business, half of making your money is selling the fight. And
Mm.
I was like, man, nah, I ain't never think about it like that. Because if people who don't know, me and Pete were supposed to be the very first fight on TV for that card. But we built the fight up so much that they ended up moving us to the co-main event.
Mm.
So it's like, something to fight is half the battle. So
I like that. You know what? It's good because I don't like to see, you know what? And Jalil, don't let these Twitter niggas, don't let these niggas make you crash out because they're gonna be the first ones like, yeah, you pussy, dude, you man. And then you do it, they be like, this nigga stupid. He really did
Nah,
that.
I'm already knowing. I'm already knowing. You know, I've grown a lot. I've grown a lot in a year. You know, I've learned a lot in a year. So there's a lot of situations that I handle a lot more differently now.
That's funny though. You he was like, nigga, you was hating on me. So I had
Nah, it's some real shit. Like he really told me, like, bro, you hated on me. So I had to hate back. Like, and I had to
yeah,
respect that. Like, you know, nigga
yeah,
fuck my bitch, I'ma fuck his.
yeah,
Simple.
yeah. That get back. We got that get back a motherfucker. Yo, salute my boy Ray Jackson in the building. My dog Ray Jackson in the building. So now that you know that, Jalil, is there a part when you and Jahai fight, nigga? I don't want to hear no friendships. I want to see y'all niggas going at each other, B. That's what we want to see.
Hey, I came up. This sound wild, but I coming up, nigga, Michael Vick was my favorite player. And when he got out of jail and he went to the Eagles, everybody
Yeah.
was hating on him. Nigga, he was still my favorite player. I loved him even more after I found out the shit that he was doing. I was like, bro, that's how I came up. So
Yeah.
like I fight how I came up. You know,
Right.
a dog gonna be a dog.
Yeah.
And when me and bro meet in that ring, that's gonna be two game pits. That's two game pits, and the best pit gonna come out on top.
Jalil, where you feel like dog come from? Is that you just born with that? Is that something that you develop? Like, where does it come from?
I feel like you born with it for sure, but like your upbringing definitely does bring out the type of dog you are. Cause I feel like in the
Mm,
sport of boxing, any man to get in that ring is a dog. But you know, some niggas is Rottweilers, some niggas is Shih Tzus, some niggas is pits. You know, I feel like I'm a motherfucking pit. I'm a
yeah.
pit, and I feel like history has shown that I'm a pit. And growing up, you know, I came up in the gym with the Russells. You know, those like my
Them
uncles.
boys ain't no games over there. There ain't no
Yeah,
games.
and like I used to like get my ass whipped for crying in the gym. Or like I be running, we all run together, and it wasn't like, oh yeah, we gotta slow down for Lil. Like them niggas hauling ass, like nigga, you know the route, make your way home. And
Right.
so it's like shit, you know, I feel like that made me tough. You know, and rest in peace, you know, my grandfather, Gary Russell Sr. He ain't never cut no corners with me. You know, if I look like some shit, even in a win as an amateur, he like, bro, you like some shit. I won outstanding boxer at a tournament one time, and this nigga broke my fucking trophy. So
Why? Why?
he said, bro, you didn't look good. He said you look bad every day, and he
And he
broke
broke
my
the
trophy.
trophy.
Yeah, so it's
Oh,
like
that was Gary
shit.
Russell. Gary Russell Senior, like the OG Gary Russell.
Yes, broke my trophy. He said you like a fucking bum. I cried. I cried the whole way home. I cried the whole way home, damn near, and that was like
Yo,
a
that's
10. That was like a
crazy.
10-hour drive. I think I cried almost the whole way home.
Yo, that's crazy. Damn. Salute to OG Gary though, because he made a whole tribe of warriors, man,
Yeah,
including you. I
like
didn't know you
nah.
was a part of that lineage. I didn't know you was close to the Russells like that.
Yes, coming up like that shit was tough. Like even when I branched off and was doing my own thing. Even people who follow boxing and keep up with like boxing media, like 5-6 years ago, me and Gary Jr. got into it real bad over some internet bullshit.
Yeah,
And it was at a point where it was like I knew if I seen him, it was on site. And he
yeah,
knew if he seen me, that shit was on site. But it was like, eventually it gets to a point where like people like, come on now, y'all squash this shit. Y'all a family. And we squashed it and we just laughed. Cause like I remember he told somebody, he was like, man, I was ready to go with it with him, and that's my nephew. So imagine what I do to a nigga that I don't even know. And
right,
I say, man, that's the same way I look at it. It's like, bro, I love that nigga to death to this day. But it was like, you drew a line in the dirt. So it's like, what you trying to do?
right.
So yeah.
Oh, Jalil, let me ask you this: do you feel like if a regular civilian get in a street fight with a boxer, you think the boxer automatically wins? Is that how you see
No,
it?
no, hell no.
See,
Hell
that's what I
no.
think too. I don't believe
Hell
that.
no. Hell no.
Yeah, why you think? Tell us why though, because I think that too. But why you say that though?
Cause look, I think about it like this. So a 200-pound man is a 200-pound man at the end of the day. If he get into it with a world champion that's a smaller world champion, let's say Bam. I have an older brother that's about 250, about 6'4". If
Mm,
if he get into it with a nigga that's 120 pounds with all his clothes on, he gonna grab him, he gonna slam on his fucking head, he gonna
yeah,
stump him. Or like
yeah,
my brother gonna be like, man, once I catch wind that this nigga box, we
yeah. We
gonna
ain't throwing.
resort to weapons.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
gonna
We
resort to weapons. And
yeah,
so it's like shit, ain't no rules in the street. So it's like I tell niggas all that I box shit, that shit only matters in the ring.
yeah.
Outside of the ring, your ass is grass. If you bark up the wrong tree,
Hold up.
they
Do
they
you
go.
feel like it's boxers that's like most boxers could translate that to the street though, or you feel like it's not the same?
Uh yeah, I don't know. Me personally, I just tell niggas like, don't do it. Cause it's like it's a lose-lose for you. You fuck
Yeah,
him up, you was supposed to fuck him up. He boxed.
yeah.
And in the
They say
event
you
that
caught
they
some L's from your older brother.
huh?
They say you caught a few L's from your older brother.
1,000%. 1,000%. You gotta think. I'm the youngest. I'm the youngest of 8 boys.
Oh
Coming up,
damn.
and out of all my brothers, I'm the only one that box. So coming up, like fighting in the crib and shit. Oh, I caught some L's. I gave out some ass whoopings, but I caught some L's. And it was like that early on, that made me understand that, like, oh, in the boxing ring, you can do this. But in the streets, anything goes. A nigga pick something up, go upside your fucking head.
Yeah.
So
Tell me that, Lil, you the youngest of eight. Obviously, y'all had to be rumbling. There's no way it's eight niggas in a house. It's gonna be rumbles. Was there one brother in particular that you like? Y'all just had it in with each other. Was it one brother in particular, or was it just kind of spread out?
it was a little bit spread out, but for the most part, I got a brother that's only a year older than me. And my dad was getting around when I was a young nigga. So like only me and one of my brothers got the same mom and dad. The
Okay.
rest of them is just like spread
Scattered
around.
around. Yeah.
Yeah, but like me and my brother that's a year older than me, oh, we used to throw down. We used to get into it. And it's so crazy. That nigga taught me how to hit the fucking speed bag. My brother
Mm,
never boxed. He never boxed, but he taught me how to hit the speed bag.
wow. Damn, that's crazy. That's kind of crazy. Why? How come you got into boxing then? If none of your brothers box, none of how you got into it?
Cause my dad was into it. My dad trained pros. And he used to help my grandfather with Gary and Antonio and Antoine. He used to help them, and my dad boxed as an amateur. So like I was always like around boxing. Like I would go to the gym with my dad, and I just was fucking with it. My dad ain't want me to box because I grew up playing football, and he was like, you could try it, but you gotta stick with football.
You
And
was nice.
once
You was nice.
oh no, I was nice as fuck. I was nice as fuck.
Cap.
I,
Niggas get on here and start capping, talk about they
oh
was
my
nice.
god,
I'm
nah, bro.
gonna do
Hey,
my
I
homework.
played. Look. I'm gonna put it like this. This how you gonna know I'm speaking nothing but law. I played everything growing up. I ran track. I played football. I played basketball. Nigga, I even played lacrosse.
Oh,
You
wordplay
know,
lacrosse
and
too.
and I
Oh,
will honestly tell you, the only sports I was nice at was boxing and football. Everything
mm,
else I was just decent or I was ass. Like
yeah.
basketball, people laugh all the time when I tell them I was 30-30 club. They say, what the fuck is that? I only got in when we was up 30 or we was down 30. So it's like,
That's a
yeah,
good one.
nah, but like football, I was nice. Like I got
Yeah.
homies that I played Pop Warner with that's in the NFL now that they could vouch. Like, yeah, Lil was nice. He just gave up on it for boxing. But like,
Yeah.
yeah, nah, like I was OD, but it was like shit. I think I told myself I think I could go further with boxing than I can with football.
Right. Okay. Well, listen, before we get up out of here, give me your top three in the game right now. Like top three boxers, who you fucking with, who you like, man. Hey, they real. This he one of them ones. Like who your top three?
My favorites, based on like who I watch, my top three.
Yeah.
No order. No order. I gotta go Moses. I can't say his last
Oh,
name. I don't
Tama,
know.
you like
Yeah.
Moses? Tama?
Yeah, I like him. I like him. He a young boy. He doing his thing. He climbing the ranks fast.
Hold on, why you
Uh
like him though? Like, what about him? Because obviously, like, I agree, he young boy, but what do you like about him?
It's cause like he a young nigga that's climbing the ranks quick. That's why I fuck with him. Like we closer in the same age range, but like he
Yeah,
moving up the ranks quick, and he realistically could be in a belt soon. It's him. After him, I gotta go David Benavidez, cause for him to be so big, he run punches off and shit like one of the smaller guys.
bro.
And my third is Ben Rodriguez. He the most dominant guy at the small weight.
That's a good. That's a good lineup right there. I ain't mad at that. Cause Benavidez, I was in there with the body shield on at the gym with him, and I was like, man, let me see, man, nigga, you ain't about to.
Yeah,
You ain't about.
he punching and he
Hey,
throw a
that
lot
shit
of
hurt.
punches.
I was hurt the rest of the day. Hit me in my solar plexus though, because I feel like if he would have hit me in my stomach, I could have took that. Pause. That sounded crazy, but he hit me in the solar plexus, and the whole day I felt that shit. I ain't gonna lie, that shit hurt for real.
Yeah, nah, man. He definitely super explosive. Definitely super explosive. He 1-on-ones for sure.
All right, Jalil, tell us, man, before you get out of here, tell us your fight date, what we could expect out of this fight, you versus Dervinchenko on Zuffa Boxing.
All right, y'all. Make sure y'all tune in Sunday, July 26th, live on Paramount Plus. I will be facing, Sergey Dervinchenko. And I've been telling a lot of people like this is the night that a legend dies. This is the night that y'all see a star be born. And I'm gonna go out there and put on a show regardless. It's a New York show. Huge shout out to Edgar Berlanga, huge shout out to
Yep.
Richard Hitchens. But that Sunday night, they gonna be like, man, DC was in the house.
Yo, listen, Jalil, I'm going for you, nigga, because I gotta go for my youngest that represent us. You feel me? Like you
Nah, for
represent.
sure, man. I definitely appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it. I appreciate everybody who supported me. You know, everybody who been going against this shit. I appreciate y'all too because every time I lose focus, y'all make me remember like, you guys stay locked in so you
Yeah.
could obtain that green and shit on these niggas. So it's like, hey,
Yeah. Hold on.
hey man.
Last question. How you deal with the haters though? Because I've definitely seen you getting hate online before. You know what I'm saying? You've gotten hated on. How you deal with that? Like just the having to deal with the hate that comes with being in the public eye.
Honestly, nowadays I just tell myself, I say when you get mad, open up any one of those banking accounts or
Mm,
banking apps on your phone, check your balance. When you check your balance, it's gonna put a smile on your face and you can carry on about your day. But prior to Zuffa, when shit was fucked up, I ain't gonna lie, I just was telling myself like Jalil, you come so far in life. You almost out of the dark. Like, you come from a fucked up tutelage. You come from fucked up shit. Don't be a product of your environment. So,
yeah.
that's what I've been telling myself.
All right. Oh, last question. I seen you say this too, though, and a lot of other people said it. I don't know if I agree with it though, but a lot of people said it. Let's keep it real. You don't got to answer if you don't want to, but I gotta ask this because I seen you tweet it. A lot of people was saying, and giving Xander props for, surviving and doing what he did. And some people saying, well, if he was a black fighter, people wouldn't act like that. If he was black, it would have been a different, and he wouldn't get the respect that he's getting. Do you believe that? Do you feel like that race plays a factor in the way that you judged as a fighter?
1,000%. And let me elaborate. Um, let's reverse the roles. Not reverse. Let's not say Xander wins. Let's say that Boots is a 23-year-old unified champion at 147, a black kid.
Mm-hmm.
And a older, more seasoned fighter comes up in weight and dominates him. And this fighter is Puerto Rican instead of black. They'll say, that young stupid motherfucker was out of he jumped too far in the water. He was out of that nigga was out of his league. That nigga ass. He need to go do something else with his life. Like not regroup and get yourself together in your career. They will write him off. Like go do something else with your life. But
Mm.
with Xander, he had the heart of a warrior, blase, blase. And like, he tough. Hats off to him. But it was like, if he was black, they would have carried it much more differently. And it's like, that's real, and it's been real for shit, centuries. Niggas,
Hold on,
niggas get
hold on. Let me push back though, because I want to see. Are you saying that if it was like let's say if Xander was black and then Boots was Latino, right? Let's just switch the roles. Are you saying is Xander the favorite now? Because to me, I was saying in this specific instance, not to say I think race does matter in the way that people are judged. I do believe that. I think everyone has to see that. But what I'm saying in this specific instance, Xander wasn't the favorite, right? So I feel like he's getting a lot of favor based on the fact that everyone already expected him to lose and get his ass whooped. But he had a round where we saw Boots hurt. So it was like, oh, shit. So I feel like he's kind of getting credit off of that, too. Like, you don't feel like that plays a role in it? Or you just saying it's because of the race part?
It plays a slight role, because if that doesn't happen, you might have different critiques of the fight,
Yeah.
but the biggest part is like shit, if he was a nigga, they'd be carrying his ass.
Mm.
It'd be 100,000 people dragging him and probably about 5-6,000 people saying, he was good. He gave a good effort.
Do you blame the fans for that? Or you blame, like, who you blame for that, though? Because niggas say the fans are the ones that be wilding on our own people.
I blame America. I blame America, and I partially blame niggas. I blame America because like that's just how we've been programmed to think. And I
Yeah.
blame niggas for being so fucking good at everything we've ever done. Hey,
Yeah.
hey, I'm a head out on this one.
Yeah, for
A,
sure. I
a white
appreciate
man, a white man invented basketball, but nowadays every time we look up, a nigga is the best man at basketball. And a
Mm,
white man invented a lot of these sports, but more often than not, it's usually a nigga that's the very, very best. you know.
mm.
So we gonna
Okay.
get the most scrutiny because of that. I
Yeah.
appreciate you for having me on your platform. Make sure
Thank you,
y'all
bro.
tune in July 26th, live on Paramount Plus. We at Madison Square Garden Theater. We're gonna put on a big show, man. Like I said, I thank you, thank the fans, I thank everybody who's been a part of this journey. And we got big things coming soon.
All right, Jalil. We'll be here. We'll be there at the fight. And good luck, man.
All right, definitely, man. I appreciate it.
All right, later. All right, y'all. Jalil Hackett, man. That was a good episode. That was a good episode. I rock with him. I like his attitude. I feel like he was keeping it real and keeping it authentic to himself. I like the energy that he said where he was like, man, he was down on his last. If it wasn't for that sparring session, man, that changed his whole life. He said that he got injured and they told him, yo, don't worry, call us when you back. And the next week, I'm getting dropped. Damn. Boxing business. Cold. What about what happened to Cool Boy? Clyde? Salute to Clyde for the super chat. You know what? That when he said that, that's exactly what I was thinking in my head because Cool Boy took a risk with Inoue Inoue. He got his ass whooped. And everybody clowned him. He didn't get no warrior sympathy, no warrior points. He got clowned. I was one of them clowning him, to be honest. But I also think a part of it is also because, like I said, is he never had a moment in the fight where he made Inoue have to do anything different or he got Inoue in trouble or it made him respect it. Xander made Boots get to a place that we've never seen him before. We've never seen Boots visibly hurt in a fight before. That was the first time I ever seen that. And now, since we're here, let's get to it. Hold on, let me read this last super chat, and we got to get the Boots. And then I might have to get my next special guest up here, man. Let's go, man. Cigar Talk. Hit the goddamn like button, man. Come on, man. Stop playing with it. Jalen Davis, salute, man. He says Benavidez got wobbled and dropped by David Morrell. Nobody is defining Benavidez by that moment. Jalen, you cooking right now, Jalen. Jalen, you cooking right now. You're cooking right now, Jalen. What do y'all think, chat? I think it's all different ethnicities and races in here that are compromised of everybody in the chat. We're talking right now. I thought that was an interesting discussion. It just came to my mind because I seen that he tweeted it the other day. But does race play a role in how you are judged as a fighter? That's a good point with Benavidez. Benavidez was wobbled. Wait, hold up. Did Morrell drop him? I don't remember Morrell dropping him. I know he got dropped by Ronald Gavriel. Ronald Gavriel. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. Hold on, let me check. Did David Benavidez get dropped by Morrell? I don't remember him getting dropped by Morrell, bro. Let me double check. Chat. Let me know, chat. I'm trying to look it up right now. David Benavidez. Yo, did he get dropped by Morrell, chat? I don't really remember that. I don't remember him getting dropped. Am I tripping? Let me see what the chat's saying. Yes, no. Look, they knows. Hold up. Did he get dropped or not? I'm on box rec. Benavidez down in round 11. Oh, I forgot. I forgot about that. Benavidez did get dropped. Benavidez did get dropped by Morrell. I remember when he got dropped by Gavriel, but he didn't get dropped by, but I forgot about the Morrell. It says that he got dropped in the 11th round. Benavidez down in round 11. And then it says Morrell deducted 1 point in round 11 for hitting after the bell. Wow. Wow. So what's up, y'all? What y'all think? What y'all think? If you a black slick fighter, do you have a different standard? Is that a different standard that's put on you? If you a slick black fighter? Morrell said, as credited with a knockdown for sure. Black slick fighters get judged differently. Yo, this is a good conversation and a good debate, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. This is a great debate right here. That was a tough substitute teacher. Yeah, that teacher beat the hell out of Morrell, bro. He knocked Morrell ass out, bro. Yeah, that was bad. Yeah, exactly. I forgot about that. It didn't count because the points was taken. It's because he's black. That's interesting. All right, well, let's get to it. Let's talk Boots Ennis. Let's talk Boots Ennis. Here is my thing, y'all. Here's my thing about the Boots situation. Let's just go. Let's go. All right, well, before we get to round 3, because we got to talk about round 3, because it's pertinent to everything that we're talking about right now. Let's see. Yeah, if you're a slick black fighter, you have to knock somebody out, even though they're boxers and not power punchers. I don't know if you got to knock somebody out because, Floyd wasn't getting knockouts like that towards the, after he became Money Mayweather. Devin Haney's not getting knockouts. Boots got to tighten up his defense or he going out like Roy. I can't disagree, Trey. Salute. She belonged to the streets. Thoughts on IBF calling for Sanchez Itama? That is a good fight. That is a fight that we're going to have to see Itama step it up to a level that we haven't seen before. We would have to see Itama step it up to a level because Frank Sanchez is a different level than anybody. He ain't Jermaine Franklin. He not Jermaine Franklin. So, all right, let's get to it. Let's talk about this. First round, Jerron Boots Ennis. The first thing you saw was both of them get in there, and I think Boots started orthodox, if I'm not mistaken, because I was there in person, so it's a little different in person versus watching it on the TV. I believe he started orthodox and he threw a quick jab. Bro, the jab that he threw at Xander from round 1, it already made Xander have to get respect after, I think it was like 1 or 2 jabs. It was like, Xander could not keep up with the speed of Boots Ennis. Xander Zayas could not keep up with the speed of Boots Ennis. The speed already threw him off from round 1. The quick jab from Boots made Xander already get in the fight and be like, oh, shit. Oh, whoa, this is a little different than I thought. This is a little different than I had imagined in my mind. I didn't realize that it was going to be this fast. You could tell from the beginning. That's what happened. Bringing a special guest. Y'all want the second special guest? All right, hold on. Let me call him real quick. I thought he was gonna be here right now, but all right, let me call the second special guest real quick. Hold on. Y'all know I gotta mute it because I don't just do the phone calls on live. Hold on. Let me call him real quick, y'all. I'm gonna call the special guest. Let me call him. All right, no answer, y'all. Hold up. Let me send a text. We gotta get this guest. Y'all gonna like it. Y'all gonna like this guest right here. Y'all gonna like this. Let me send a text. Yo, we here right now. Pull up. All right. Y'all gonna like this special guest, man. I just sent the text out. Hopefully he pull up. Y'all gonna like this one, I promise you. Boots introduced his alter ego in that third. Up to now, he's been Gucci Boots. In the third, he turned into steel-toe Wolverine Boots. Yeah, we gonna talk about that, bruh. We gonna talk about that, bruh. We gonna talk about that third round. We gonna talk about that third round, man. Salute. Thank you for the super chat. Is it Bill? No, it's not Bill. It's not Bill. Salute the Bill, though. Salute the Bill, but it's not Bill. Shout out Xander. He definitely ain't no hoe. Buddy was taking some heat from Boots. This shit bigger than Cigar Talk. Yeah, that's what Bill said. Bill was mad. He like, yo, why you keep stop talking? Yo, don't mute me, nigga. This bigger than Cigar Talk. Ain't nothing bigger than Cigar Talk, Bill. But nah, I like Bill, man. Salute the Bill. Salute the Bill. It's Shoo. Maybe. Shoo. It might be. I know that's my guy fighting this weekend. All right, but listen, hold up. Let's get back to Boots. Let's break it down till the special guest hits me back. Special guest gonna hit us back. Y'all gonna love this one. Promise you that. Y'all gonna love this one. Y'all gonna love this one right here. That's my word. When this guest pull up, y'all gonna love this one. He's gonna give us a lot of insight as to what happened in this fight with Boots Ennis. That's the special guest. All right, so look. Number one, the speed was already too much to handle. That's number one. Speed too much. Number two, this is the thing I learned about Boots Ennis. And I gotta dispute a few people that I see a few people saying they be like, yo, if Boots, no, it's not Greg Hackett. But Greg is my man. Salute Greg. Greg could come up anytime. It's not Greg, though. What I was saying was, the thing about Boots is, and I got to dispute this, because people say, yo, if Boots wanted to, he wouldn't fight like this. What happened in round 3 was a result of Boots not respecting his opponent, and then he lost concentration, and that's what happened. I don't believe that. I do not believe that. I personally believe that Boots in his fighting style, listen, here's the thing. Y'all know Jay-Z, one of my favorite rappers, Hove. I'm a Hove fan. Hove got a line where Hove said, he said, I think this is the PSA where he says, you could try to change, but that's just the top layer. You was who you was before you got here. Bro, let me say that again. This is a Hove line. And I love this line by Hove because it matches up with so many things in life. You could try to change, but that's just the top layer. You was who you was before you got here. And that's what I'm saying about Boots. And it's not just Boots. That go for everybody. You was who you was before you got here. Boots has shown us constantly that he is a guy that's committed to offense. Even if that means I'm going to take an L on the defensive side. He's shown it in multiple fights, bro. I don't think that there's a game where Boots is a yo, I'm going to sit back here and not get hit to just try to counter, and he don't do that. When has he done that? Tell me, when has he done that? He don't do that. Oh, wait, here we go. Oh, my God, Tego. He was on point versus Stanionis. You lying, Naj. Oh, let me tell you this. Oh, nope. We're not going for that. We're not going for that, Tego. Salute Tego, but we're not going for that. Stanionis is a fighter that is very slow. Hands and feet, very slow. What that means is Boots has the luxury of being able to sit back and pick them apart and be patient because the speed, hands, and feet are too much. Boots didn't change a strategy or a game plan. Stanionis is just too slow to capitalize on anything, to do anything to Boots. He's too slow. Period, point blank. He's too slow. He's too slow. What I'm telling y'all is this. Boots in his offense is also his defense. I think he does have defense. Like, be clear, I'm not saying he got no defense or, he just coming in with, like, Mexican style, like, I'm just coming. No, we ain't saying that. But the extent of Boots' defense is stationary feet with some head movement. You'll catch Boots. He do that. He'll do that if you let him do it. He'll sit there and do that, right? He'll move his head, upper body, shoot, slip, turn him. Boots will upper body movement utilize defense upper body. It kind of reminds me of how Canelo used to be. Canelo's defense has drastically declined over the last few years. Respectfully to Canelo, he's just a fighter that, he's been in the game. He's a veteran. He slowed down. That's what happens when you're an older fighter. But y'all remember early Canelo? James Kirkland Canelo? Sugar Shane Mosley Canelo? His defense, it don't center around feet. His defense is upper head movement. Slip, turn, That's what you see from Boots. Boots don't use his feet as defense like that. Rarely. He don't. Because he's so committed to offense. He's been so accustomed and used to, when I'm in this ring, I'm the guy. And he's been that guy. That's not disputed. That's facts. But here's the thing about that. Back to the Jay-Z line. You could try to change, but that's just the top layer. You was who you was before you got here. That's who Boots is. You're not going to get nothing else right now on the defensive side. That's not what you're going to get. That's not what you're going to get on the defensive side. I'm telling you straight up. Now, let me say this. I'm going to say this. I am personally not knocking Boots for what happened, right? To the extent that Boots showed us that he could take a punch and he got enough dog to dish it out. Because what we saw, right? Let's go to round 3. First 2 rounds, it's not much to talk about. Boots was beating the shit out of Xander. Piecing his ass up. Boot, he started off orthodox for like 15 seconds, 20 seconds. Straight to southpaw. Again, this is me just watching the fight. I gotta go back and watch the video to study it. But this is what I saw watching the fight in the arena. I'm in the first row. Switch to southpaw, right? The speed and that jab was fucking Xander up. That jab, right? Jab fucking him up. Everything Xander tried in the first 2 rounds did not work. Xander tried the box from round 1. He tried. I don't think he went in there straight up just trying to fight. He was being aggressive, but he tried the box. Xander tried to use the stick, but he was getting outgunned. And every time he threw the lazy jab, Boots countered his ass over the top. Bah! Bah! Boots was countering him. Boots was using his offense to walk forward, hitting him with angles, and it wasn't round 1 and 2 yet. I think Boots started really utilizing the angles around like 4 or 5. That was when Boots, you could see he started using the uppercuts, but he would get inside. Turn, turn, back. He's coming with these angles inside that make it difficult to see where the punches is coming from. It makes it difficult to see where the punches is coming from. Now, let me say this about Boots. I respect where he was. What I mean by that? Boots was hurt in that 3rd round. Xander caught him with a boo-boo. There was a point in that 3rd round where Xander was using that jab and it looked good. And it looked like, oh, okay, because even before that sequence where he landed the 1-2 that hurt Boots, he kept throwing the jab. And it looked like it was having a little effect, slightly. Then what I saw was he landed the jab, right hand down the pipe, caught Boots, boom, boom. Okay. From there, if you watch that sequence, bro, because I remember, you know what's crazy? Oh, I forgot to tell y'all this, chat. You know who I was sitting next to at the fight? You know who was sitting next to me? He didn't know I was sitting there. He didn't know I was sitting there. Teofimo Lopez was sitting right next to me. It was me. Teofimo was sitting right there to my right. The irony, right? I think when he walked up to the seat and he seen me there, he was like, "What the fuck, this nigga right here?" He didn't say that, but it was T.O. T.O. was sitting literally right next to me at the fight. It was me, and then T.O. was next to him. How crazy is that, right? Like T.O. sitting right next to me. So look. At that moment when Boots got hurt, I think Xander landed the 1-2. Boo, boo. Landed the 1-2. And then what we saw, Boots took about 15 to 20 seconds to recuperate mentally. He didn't really throw punches. He went back. He sat back. First, he clinched him. Then he went back and he went against the ropes. And that was the whole fight. He was throwing punches. That was literally the only sequence he stopped throwing. So you know he was hurt. But what did I see that made me say, damn, this guy Boots, man. This guy Boots, bro. After he recuperated, it took him maybe like a good 30 to 40 seconds to recuperate. He's still hurt, though, because he got buzzed again. He got buzzed by multiple punches. He went boo-boo. That caught him. And then he caught him again with a little hook and then another straight right. Buzzed him. Boots is hurt. Boots showed that when he's hurt, he's more dangerous. There's some fighters that get hurt and get defensive. They get hurt and they clinch. They get hurt and they use lateral movement. They get hurt and they retreat. Boots got hurt and wanted to fight. Boots got hurt and started throwing them bitches. Boots got hurt and started throwing them joints. He's throwing them hurt. And that's when I said right there, it's a gift and a curse, y'all. It's a gift and a curse. The gift is we know he got this. Boots got that dog in him. Boots got that dog in him. They talk about where Gustavo. Yeah, I'm about to call my man Gustavo. Y'all know that's my man. WBO. Gustavo. Boots got that dog in him, y'all. But the thing about the dog, sometimes that dog could get you bit back. That dog sometimes can get you bit back. Sometimes guys have too much dog for their own good, and that dog will force them into mistakes. Here's the thing about it, and here's what I've seen, respectfully. Right now, I had this on my shit ready to say. Roy said, excuse me, I think Andre said it. Oh, no, it was Roy. Yeah, I saw that with Andre and Roy talking about it. Salute to those guys. Hey, Najee, can I react to this on my live? Don't flag me. Nah, Tego, go ahead, bro. I don't flag, man. Do your thing. Do your thing, bro. This is what I want to say about this. If Boots Ennis has that lapse that he had against Xander Zayas, against Virgil Ortiz, that's not going to be a good situation. I'm telling y'all straight up. If they fight, I think I got Boots as the favorite. I got Boots as the favorite against Virgil Ortiz. I do. I think Boots is the favorite. But I'm telling you right now, if he don't clean that shit up, it's going to be a rough night. Here's the thing about it. Virgil Ortiz has a natural killer instinct. Here's the thing that what I thought that what Roy said was he felt like Boots, he's going to be a guy that if I'm not challenged, I'm just going to get in there and be doing a bunch of shit, and I might have a mental lapse because it's too easy. And it's too easy, right? Maybe. But here's the thing about it. Xander made a mistake, and this is what Roy said that I agreed with. I didn't agree with most of what Roy said. But Xander made a mistake that when you got him hurt, you didn't go for the kill, Xander. Xander, you ain't go for the kill. I don't know if it was just he was so caught up in the moment that he didn't realize how hurt Boots was. I don't know if it was because Boots was whooping his ass in 1 and 2. It made him hesitant to just go in there and do what he had to do. I don't know. I'm going to ask Xander. I'm going to bring him up here. But what I wanted to say was this. That right there was the moment that you had to jump on Boots, pause. You had to jump on him right there and go for the kill. You caught him in a vulnerable moment, and he's better than you. The only opening that you're going to get on this guy is right now. He's hurt. So that means whether I have to go down swinging or not, this is my only opportunity. And he didn't take the opportunity, and it cost him. Would he have lost anyway? Probably. That's Boots goddamn Ennis. He probably would have lost anyway. But that was the only opportunity and the only window that you have to try to pull up a victory. You got this guy hurt. One of the best fighters in the world is hurt. You got to jump on his ass. Pause. Now, what I'm saying is this, and this is why, let's go back. This is what I was saying about Virgil Ortiz. Xander is not a guy that's known for his swarming pressure, and he's also not a finisher. Virgil Ortiz, on the other hand, if that boy gets you hurt, he coming to finish you. Virgil is coming to finish you. Another pause. Virgil's swarming pressure, ability to get inside and fight on the inside, I think is dangerous for Boots Ennis. That, to me, if you're going to have success against Boots Ennis, it won't be on the outside, and it won't be in mid-range. You got to get in his chest. You got to get in there. Get in his chest and rough him up inside. That's the only chance you're going to have. Or if you're in the mid-range, you got to try to catch him punching while he's punching, because that's what happened. Xander threw the jab, and he landed the right hand because Boots was about to throw a hook, and he landed the right hand. Oh, here they go. You meat eating. Anytime you tell the truth that niggas don't like because they fanned out, now you're meat eating. Nigga, you on my live. Fuck is you talking about? You on my live, boy. Fuck is you talking about? So what I'm telling y'all this. Boots has to tighten up his defense if he's going to beat the elite guys at 154. That includes Virgil Ortiz. That includes Sebastian Fundora. If y'all remember, I brought up Serhii Boachuk to the panel. Salute to Boachuk. I like Boachuk. Boachuk said, I'm Ukrainian, but I am Mexican. I have Mexican balls. That's what he said. I'm Ukrainian, I'm half Ukrainian, half Mexican. My balls are Mexican. My body is Ukrainian. My balls are Mexican. That's what he said on the channel. He said that he fought Sebastian Fundora in sparring. He sparred Fundora. And he said, when I walked in there, I just looked at him like, this little skinny guy, I'm about to beat the shit out of him. But he said, Fundora was the hardest puncher I've ever been in the ring with. That's what he said. I'm telling you straight up. That's what he said. He said Fundora was the hardest puncher I've been in the ring with. Listen, that was my Ukrainian accent. Nigga, that don't sound like Ukrainian. That was my Ukrainian accent. So now, listen, what I'm saying is this. Virgil's not elite. That's okay. I'm not even saying he's elite. I don't know if he's elite. I don't know if he's elite. He kept you a meat eating up there. All right. Well, now you're on timeout, buddy. You're on timeout, buddy. You got to watch from a distance. You will not be anymore because you're not going to disrespect me in my house, bro. This is my house, bro. You a spectator. Now you're on timeout, buddy. You're on timeout, buddy. So what I'm saying is this. A guy like Sebastian Fundora, who got the Dalsim arms from Street Fighter, you cannot afford to make them type of mistakes, bro. I'm telling you. You can't afford to make them type of mistakes, and styles make fights. So I really want to see how this goes and how this works when Boots fights a guy like Virgil Ortiz, who's not scared to get in there, and he throws very hard punches to the head and to the body. If Boots is vulnerable like that against Virgil Ortiz, it's not going to be good as far as finishing is concerned. But be clear, I'm still saying that I believe that Boots is the favorite in that fight. But I'm telling you, it's a very interesting fight. It's a very interesting fight. All right, let me just break this down real quick before we get to y'all, because I want to hear from y'all. I've been talking enough. My other special guest, man, I don't know what happened, man. Damn. Y'all was gonna love this. Nigga not answering, bro. I'm trying to wait for him. I'm trying to bide the time till he. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on, my other special guest, man. Let me say this lastly before I open up the panel, because I want to hear from y'all. I don't want to talk too much more. I've been talking all night. Let me hear from y'all. Abdullah Mason. Abdullah Mason is baby boots, bro. Abdullah Mason is baby boots, bro. Abdullah Mason is baby boots. I'm telling you. Let me read these super chats, man. I've been getting to oh yeah, I read that one. Salute, man. Salute. Xander is only 10XL19. Xander is only 23 without experience. Boxing is so dry right now that we're hyping this win up. Zayas is the star here, and we still support him. Big. PR. I don't know what's PR. Oh, like Puerto Rico. All right. Zayas is a young man. Salute to him. 23 years old. He got a lot of growing to do, a lot of learning to do. This was definitely a learning experience. Hopefully this fight didn't affect his career, because he definitely took some punishment. I can't wait to show y'all what I'm gonna do with Zayas as far as my next content piece. Me and Xander talked about we're gonna do some content. It's gonna be fire. STO. I guess you mean stop pausing. We're old enough to know what you mean. Yeah, but I'm from New York, bro. We got it's a lot of, you got to pause certain things, bro. Certain things is crazy. But salute, 10XL, salute, bro. What happened to your boy Shakur, ducking Dev? Thank you for the super chat. We got to see. It's not over. They just ordered today. The WBO ordered Keyshawn Davis versus Devin Haney, or was it yesterday? They have 20 days to negotiate, or else Devin will have to drop the belt. So we'll see what happens. That, it's up for grabs. Plot twist. Ain't no special guest. I love when y'all say that, when y'all think I'm capping on a special guest, because y'all said that. Y'all remember the episode where I had Bill Haney and Keyshawn, and they went at it, and they crashed out on each other. And that's the same thing y'all said. Like, yo, you don't got no special guest, you capping. And then next thing you know, that was a viral moment. So, I mean, if you think so, you know what I mean? I'm telling you I had a special guest, but he ain't answering. What do you want me to do? I hit him up. I'm just waiting for him to answer, bro. So, all right. So here it goes. Abdullah Mason fighting Albert Bell on a 2-week notice. Listen, man, that boy got some balls, boy. Albert Bell ain't no easy last-minute fight, boy. Key and then Tank. That's what they said. I saw Devin tweet that. He said, I want Davis and then Davis. Keyshawn first and then Tank after. I personally don't believe it's going to happen like that, but admirable. Yeah, my boy Lulu in the building. He said, I got Mr. Versace coming on. Mr. Versace coming on the pod. Boots Ennis got a protege named Abdullah Mason. I don't know if they cool like that, but Abdullah reminds me of a young Boots. Committed to offense. Very good as a southpaw. Gonna walk your ass down with speed and power and length. Now he's fighting a guy in Albert Bell that got some really good boxing skills. His angles are kind of weird sometimes as well. So, and that's the thing. What makes this interesting is we've seen Abdullah vulnerable when he got caught with shots he didn't see. He fought the Dominican guy with the nasty haircut with the shag. He fought the Dominican guy with the shag. And he dropped him twice. I was there for that. That was in Norfolk, Virginia. I was there for that. Came back and stopped him. What was that, round 3 or 4? He stopped him quick. But he took 2 shots that dropped him. So what I want to say is this. If Mason stops Albert Bell, it's scary. This kid is one of them ones. This kid is one of them ones, and I believe he is. Oh, they saying an upset. Who y'all think? All right, man. Let's drop the link, man. I'm done talking. I want to talk to y'all. We talking Boots Ennis. We talking Abdullah Mason, Albert Bell. And if you want to just drop a couple of lines on the Devin Keyshawn, you could do that too. But let me drop the link in the chat. Come pull up real quick. Let's talk real quick before I get up out of here. Link is now in the chat. If my special guest pulls up, I got to drop everybody off, though. I'm hoping my special guest pulls up, bruh. I'm hoping my special guest pulls up, bruh. It's going to set it on fire if you pull up. It's going to set it on fire if you pull up. Hold on. Let me send another text because just... All right. All right, bet. Yeah, I just sent another text, man. Hopefully he pull up, man. We need this. I'm like, yo, bro, come on, man. Come on, man. Told me you was pulling up, man. Told me you was pulling up, man. Come on, bro. I'm trying to set the internet on fire. Y'all know how I do. It's cigar talk, man. This shit different on this side, bro. All right, link is now in the chat. Let's bring folks up here. I want to hear what y'all got to say. Y'all know how we do. Let's get it, chat. Let me get Crown Jewel boxing. Oh, I feel like I seen this dude recently at the fight. I think I seen him at the fight. Hold on, let me see. Yo, I see you at the fight, man. Crown Jewel.
Yeah, we shook on the way out.
Yeah, what's up, bro? What's going on,
Cool,
man?
cool. Nice meeting you, man. You was down to earth, cool dude, man.
For sure. Listen, you was in the building. Like I said, we seen each other at the Boots fight the other day. You was in the building. So, well, come on, man. What's up? What we thinking?
Had to be there, man. I've known Boots and Bozy for a great number of years.
You from Philly?
I'm from Jersey.
Okay.
I'm a former fighter. I train fighters now, and I used to work for the New Jersey State Athletic Commission. So while I was working for the Athletic Commission, I cornered with Bozy for years, and I seen him work his ass off. I seen him work from the club level now all the way up to the pinnacle. I'm just so happy for them, and for Boots to be able to put his father in that position, to get to where he's at, to take his brothers along with him, and to shine like that. Like I said, I think the fight worked out perfect for him, to be honest, because if he didn't have that third round, I don't think Virgil and them would be wanting to fight him. And Sebastian Fedor has already walked away from talks because Sampson said he got a fight already. So I don't think anybody's in a hurry to fight him. I don't think people say, oh, we see vulnerability, we want him now. Nah. After watching it back, it looked worse in person to me. In person, I thought Boots was really, really hurt. It looked like he was a little tired in the fourth round. And I was there with my son, who's a professional fighter too, and my other son. They like, damn, Dad, Boots looked tired. Boots looked hurt. But when I watched the playback on video, it didn't look nearly as bad. He seemed to be really still in control of his faculties. I think they look a little showier, especially the right hand, because he has a tendency to pull on shots, and he didn't pull far enough, so his head snapped back. But if you look, within 10 seconds, he had his hands down, rolling with shots and throwing hot shit back at Xander. And that's why I like what Roy's breakdown. I think it was spot on. And I think Andre was kind of, butting heads with him. And no disrespect, Andre Ward was a phenomenal fighter, but I don't think he could understand the way Roy could, because Roy was a phenomenal athlete like Boots. They're just freakish athletes with freakish gifts that you can't teach. And when things are that easy for you in a boxing ring, you can become a little too adventurous. You can become a little too creative. And I think with Virgil or Fandora, I don't think he would beat it. I think what happened was he came out those first 2 rounds and they went so perfect that he got carried away a little bit because he is a killer, because he is a shark. But he has every ability to sit back behind that jab the way he did in the first round and just pick guys apart. And had he done that, the
Crown
fight
Jewel,
might
I
have
don't
went
know
a
if I
little
believe
longer.
that, Crown Jewel. I don't know if I believe that. I don't what fight have we seen? Boots, let's be honest. Boots is 35. I think he got 35 fights. He's already like a veteran.
36. 36.
What fight have we seen where he just sit back and pick and pick and pick? He get out there and throw them things.
Who has ever made him respect them like that? He did it
But
for the first 2 rounds of this fight, but it was going so well that I think he got carried away. And
I don't think, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if Boots' defense is really like that. To be honest, I don't know. I don't know.
Well, here's the flip side. Here's the flip side of that. If his defense ain't like that, then why couldn't Xander keep it going? Because once he got clipped, he tightened that defense up. And after that 3rd round, you didn't see him get hit flush like that no more. He was on point. He didn't overthrow. He wasn't out of position. And he wasn't selling out for the knockout anymore until the 7th round. He got disciplined again. When he got clipped in that 3rd round, he had lost his discipline. But if you watch afterwards,
what I was saying that is this, Crown Jewel. I believe that why it didn't happen again was Xander was tentative because Boots was hitting so hard that he's scared to really go up in that kitchen and throw them bitches.
That even while Boots was hurt, which I don't think he was, I think, like I said, I think it looked worse in person. I don't think he was as hurt as we think.
When he was hurt, he was throwing them things too when he was hurt.
So, and that's what I'm saying. Xander had to respect the fact that, first of all, he was already damaged from the punishment he had took. And if you look specifically during those exchanges, Boots was going to his body heavy. So I think Roy, that's the one thing I think Roy was wrong about. I think he did sell out for the knockout. I think that's all he had because he was getting punched on too. And if you listen to Xander afterwards, he said, after I got dropped in the 1st round, it took me 2-3 rounds to get my legs back.
Yeah,
he was still recovering himself. So I think Boots had done so much damage that by the time he landed that shot, and another thing, that's why Boots, I think, took those chances because he thought he was broken already. And he realized, hold up, he still got a little something left. And in that, in my opinion, he sharpened up, he tightened up on defense, he went back to taking what was there instead of creating something. And once he after the 4th round, he knew, Xander was there for the taking.
I'll tell you this, Crown Jewel. If that scenario happens against Virgil Ortiz, boy, that ain't going. Hey,
but see, if my aunt had a piece, she'd be my uncle.
Virgil gonna go for that kill. He ain't gonna sit back and wait for it. He gonna go for that kill.
But let me interject. Virgil's not nearly the boxer that Xander is, though. So he's probably not even going to create that moment. Xander didn't get that moment because he's a massive puncher. He got that moment because he can box pretty good. He's intelligent, and he was able to punch between boot shots. Unfortunately, like I said, he woke up Wolverine boots, and he couldn't stand there in that heat once them things start flying like that.
But here's the thing, Crown Jewel. Here's the thing about that. And this is the only thing I don't know and I got to see, right? To me, Boots on the outside and Boots in the mid-range, any regular man, you can't do nothing about that. That motherfucker's better than you, period. And it's not just skills. The good Lord has blessed him that he is just more blessed than you.
He's freakishly athletic. He's Roy Jones all over again. Yeah, and I think a little more fundamentally sound than Roy, to be honest.
Okay. But what I was saying is this. What I was going to say was this. We don't know what it looks like on the inside, Crown Jewel, when there's a guy that's committed to, I'm going to take 1 or 2 of them things to get in your chest. And I'm gonna
you ain't taking 1 or 2 of them things from him, man. He got some heat on them shots. And I know you're in the know and you're around Bozy and I'm like that. Next time you're around Bozy, ask him to go on his phone. And ask him to show you the videos of Boots sparring them top heavyweights. And I ain't gonna say no names because I don't do that. But I mean, he showed me video. I took a heavyweight up to Bozy's dungeon some years back to spar. And he sparred a really big name heavyweight that Bozy had in the gym at the time, along with a big name light heavyweight he had in the gym. And after my guy got out the ring, he said, "Come here, let me show you Boots sparring that big guy that just gave your guy all them problems. And I'm telling you, with a giant, he's on the inside, brat, brat, brat. And that's something we haven't seen a lot of because people don't stand up to it. But he can combination punch his ass off. You've seen a little bit of it in this fight when he shoe shine to the body when he was supposedly hurt. Like
Crown Jewel, I don't know. I'm gonna tell you this. I was there for the fight in the amateurs.
Mhm.
Gary Antoine Russell, and Boots
Absolutely.
fought. And Gary Antoine won that fight. I watched it. I was there for that. And
you know what that was before?
He was in Boots's, and he ain't let him breathe, and he made him uncomfortable. Obviously, they're both in different positions. Boots ain't no goddamn amateur. Boots has gotten so much better since then. But what I'm saying is, I do feel like that is the best range that you could be at if you are a fighter. Is I got to get inside to try to make him uncomfortable. What you think of that, Crown Jewel?
Sorry, I got a phone call. Hopefully you can still hear me. But
Yeah, I hear you.
all right. I think the biggest difference between then and now is something we in boxing like to call man strength. There are certain things that work in amateur boxing against elite guys who are great pros, who are good amateurs but better pros because they don't quite have that man strength to go with that style yet. What Boots has now is man strength. And when he's sitting down on them shots, it get hot in that kitchen. And you ain't going to sit there and just take that stuff now. You seen the other day, I think Xander was probably 190 pounds. He himself said he thought he'd be 190 when he went in the ring that night. And he looked every bit of it. And when Boots consecutively kept landing on him to the head or the body, it was just moving him. You're not going to see no 154 pounder standing there taking that stuff.
Hey, Crown Jewel, let's be real. Let's be real. And I'm not disrespecting Boots. He's taking the best available opponents that will fight him.
Uh-huh.
Xander was tailor-made for Boots Ennis.
And so is Virgil.
Nah, I don't know about that. Crown Jewel, I don't know about that. Crown
Virgil's
Jewel.
not going to look much better than Roman Veer. He's going to come. And here's the thing. When he comes straight forward, that's going to allow Boots to get in his dancing bag. He's going to be stepping around him. He's going to be hitting him with shots from odd angles. And he's way quicker. It's going to look bad. It's going to look bad.
There's definitely going to be moments that it looks bad. But what I'm telling you is this. A guy that's able to get inside Boots' chest, we got to see what's going on. Now, here's the thing. It's a difference at 147 versus 154 where these guys is cracking. It's two different levels of power and different levels of crack. And
he's cracking better too.
A guy named Xander Zayas, who is not known for his power, he puts you in a dangerous situation. So we have to see how a guy that is a power puncher, what that looks like, Crown Jewel.
See, I don't think you can look at that, right? Because here's the thing, boxing has told us different. Name the guy that dropped Oscar De La Hoya early on at 130. We don't know, right? We don't know, right? Nobody knows who he is. Yeah, Oscar got dropped at 130 early in his career. Andre Ward got dropped by nobody early in his career.
Yeah, whoa, hold up. But that nobody, I don't know the Oscar one, but Darnell Boone, who dropped Andre Ward, he the same nigga that dropped Sergey Kovalev. Darnell Boone's record was terrible, but he dropped damn near everybody, Darnell Boone.
Well, here's what I'm going to say. Let me get to my point.
Darnell Boone got that power.
Listen, you think he punched harder than you know some of the bigger name guys that he fought?
I do.
I do.
Yeah, I think he hit harder than some of those guys, most of those guys. Yeah.
What I'm saying is when guys get in mega fights, the special ones, they don't give those same opportunities. Like Muhammad Ali got dropped by Chuck Wepner. Did that mean everybody else was going to drop him? Nah. You sometimes, especially elite level fighters who are really talented, end up performing and coming down to the level of their competition. And unfortunately, the first round of this fight went exceedingly well for Boots, as did the second one. And I think as a young guy who really, really believes in himself and got into a little bit of a zone, got a little bit ahead of himself, thinking that I can just go get him now instead of staying behind his jab like he was, and he got clipped. But I just think he's an intelligent fighter. When he's in there with somebody that he views as a real threat, You're gonna see that same sharp jab you seen in the first round. You're gonna see that longer until he knows he breaks that guy down. You know what I mean? This night he went away from what his corner was telling him for a little while because he got a little carried away, a little into himself, like young gifted people tend to do. And like I said, I think Roy had his spot on. It just was going so well that he thought he could do no wrong. And I think he got overly creative, and I think he got overly anxious to get the knockout. But I think when he fights guys like Xander or
See, I don't
Sebastian
agree with
Fedor, he's going to
at the
break them down longer.
at the moment that Boots got hurt, to me, it wasn't like he was in a mode where he's coming forward trying to create offense. And again, I got to watch it again because this is just me gauging it from us being at the fight. You know,
Watching on video because I see it totally different. I was one of them panic button people live because I'm like, damn, he looked sluggish. He looked slow in that moment. I got really worried when I watched the replay. And I got to see, some of the slow motion shots and see that he was still rolling with shots. He was still slipping shots and he was still pretty much there. It was just a momentary buzz thing. And when you look at it, within 10 seconds, he was getting best of the action again. I think it just looked way worse in person, especially with all them damn Puerto Rican flags we had around us. I was surrounded by them. You know what I mean? They was getting it on.
Let me say this, Crown Jewel, because they keep saying Ali never got dropped by Chuck Wepner. Yes, he did. I don't know if y'all watched the fight. He did get dropped by Chuck Wepner late. I remember it. He did. So
I'm an Ali guy through and through. That's not a conversation they want to have with me. But every book report I had to write as a kid was on Muhammad Ali.
Ali absolutely got dropped by Chuck Wepner late. It might have been like the 10th round or 9th round.
With a chest shot. It wasn't even a head shot. It was a chest shot.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
All right. So last question, because I got to get to there's a lot of people on the panel. Last question. If we got Boots versus Sebastian Fundora, the Towering Inferno, how you see that one?
I think that's when you're going to see that Boots has a hell of an inside game. You're going to see combination punching. I think you're going to see Boots using the athleticism to elude them long shots. And see, that's when Sebastian Fundora's length is going to be a detriment. Because once he gets that arm all the way out and Boots slips up under it and closes the distance, it's going to take him a minute to get it back. And when he's bringing him back, he's going to be getting hit with combinations. And I think 5-6 rounds, he's going to make quick work. If you see what Mendoza was able to do to Fundora on the inside, it's going to look 10 times worse with Boots.
Hey, he don't fight like that Fundora no more. He don't fight like that no more.
He hasn't been forced to fight like that Fundora. Anybody can fight their new style when the pressure ain't there and the stakes ain't high. Xander doesn't fight the way he fought the other night. But in the first 10 seconds, Boots forced him into the wrong fight. And that's what great fighters do. You don't get to do what you do well. They're going to force you into the fight they want to fight.
Okay. Yo, Crown Jewel, I appreciate you coming up and cooking. Some people saying you was cooking me. I don't think so, but that's what they say.
I appreciate the opportunity, brother. Thanks for having me.
Good to meet you, my brother. Thank you, man, for pulling up.
Nice to meet you as well. All right.
Later. Yo, y'all got to put the cameras on, though. I ain't bringing nobody with cameras off. PDW, what's popping? If you ain't got your camera on, I'm not bringing you up. We ain't doing that. Cameras up. PDW and then Steven. I'm getting to everybody if y'all can hold up. Yo, what's up, man? PDW.
We back live.
All right, well, listen, let's talk, man. Now we got Boots in this. He came up here. Boots had his fight. What did you think?
Y'all keep spinning the narrative of this man got hurt, bro.
He got hurt, but hey, PDW, we not doing that. Nigga was hurt. I was there in the first goddamn row. And
all right, so look, all right, listen to this.
PDW.
Okay, listen to this. When you saw Terrence Crawford and Kovalev fight, when Terrence got knocked down, did you call that he was hurt? And the referee ain't saying.
Hold on, Terrence versus who? You said Kovalev?
Kovalev, whatever the you know what I'm talking about.
The Mean Machine, not the Kovalev.
Yes.
The Mean Machine. What's it? Yeah, the Mean Machine.
So when Terrence Crawford got knocked down and he was wobbled and hurt, why nobody ain't saying nothing? Why y'all not referring this to that, bro?
Nah, we said that. Nigga said he was hurt. We said he was hurt.
All right, so look though, if this man was hurt, bro, to be honest, to me, when I see hurt, I see Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. I see motherfucking me. I see, I'm just, you know how I'm is, Nas. I'm real.
Yeah.
Look, I just feel like me being like fighting, bro, fighting. This man, What, this the third round? We already, what, 9 minutes in? You don't expect this man to get hurt? Expect this man not get hurt, but get hit. Okay, look at this. When Tank was fighting Frank Martin was boo-bobbing him. The first couple of, he was boo-bobbing him. Tank came
But he
out there with
wasn't
a
hurt.
high.
BBW. He ain't get hurt though. He got caught, but he ain't get hurt.
That's what I think. This man just got caught, bro. He got caught slipping, son. He got caught slipping. Cause look, did he literally clinch on and hold on the whole round afterwards to try to lay it off and go to the next round?
He did clinch. He did clinch
He
initially.
clinched, but was he swinging and still in the pocket when he was time to go?
He recovered. I would say it took him like a good maybe 20 seconds, 30 max. And he recovered after he recovered
So
in about
now,
20
if
seconds.
I hit you in your head, boom, 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 you gonna recover 20 seconds after that?
Me personally, yeah, I got punched in the face before. I had a fight too. A nigga punched me in my face, and I ate it though. I was
by
at
one
first, I was like,
180
oh,
pounder,
shit, but
by
yeah.
180 pounder, by 180 pounder. 3 minutes
again?
after in.
Wait, say
Come
it
on,
again.
Notch. I just feel like the man wasn't hurt, bro. The man was sitting there lagging. He bought the fight. And then when you bring a fight to somebody, Notch, you got to look at this, son. He didn't go in there and fight Xander fight. Let him stay on the outside and let him box the few first rounds. And no,
Yeah.
he went in there straight off the bat. When you go in there and fight like that, son, I'm expecting to get hit off the dump. I'm expecting, boy, you better pop my shit because that's going to turn me up. Now, look what he did. Turned up and stopped him, right? 2 rounds after
But you
that, he
can't
knocked him
just
down.
get hit by anybody, bro. If you get hit by a nigga named Virgil Ortiz, it might not go that way. It might not go that way.
I understand that, but look at Virgil Ortiz's last opponent and look at his opponent before that. He stopped his last opponent in what round? Do you remember?
Who was it? Lubin? Was it Erickson
Lubin.
Lubin?
It was like the 8th, 9th round or some shit like that, if I could recall. 7,
Nah,
8,
it was
9th.
early. It was early, I think. Let me
It
make
was
sure.
it was kind of early, but at the same time, you think Boots gonna sit there and get hit by that shit like that?
I don't think he got a choice, man. I'm gonna be honest.
But look at though. Listen to this. Virgil Ortiz, when he come to do what he come to do?
Yeah, that was the second round. He stopped him. He stopped Lubin.
He stopped him in the second round?
Yeah.
Okay, that was kind of early. So look though. On when Virgil Ortiz was fighting all his last fights and however he was coming up, then motherfucking Boots doing what he doing. How you expect this man not to get hit, quote unquote, get hurt, son? How, son? Why y'all keep saying this man got hurt when he just got hit, bro? I'm not a Boots fan. As I said, I'm not a Boots fan. I'm not a Terrence Crawford fan. And you owe me for Shakur. Shakur ain't take that fight, and I told you that, right? Didn't I tell you that? So it said, I apologize, bro. You was
Yeah, we
right
don't
on
know
it.
the fight. Nobody got no fight scheduled. Nobody got a fight scheduled.
What Shakur said? Leave me alone. He sound like Michael Jackson.
All right, hold on. We're not talking about Shakur today.
We're not doing that.
Last
Look,
question.
though.
I gotta get to the next call. It's a lot of people. Boots Ennis versus Sebastian Fundora. How you seeing it?
Sebastian Fundora got hit before and knocked down, right?
Knocked out. He got knocked out.
Okay, so you saw how he got knocked out?
Yeah.
You see how Boots fight? You don't think he gonna take that shit to his chest?
Possibly.
You gotta
but
get in the
I do
inside.
think Sebastian Fundora fights a little differently after he got knocked out.
As the last caller just said, you can make that. You can make Xander don't fight how he fought this fight. He don't fight like that. He will stay on the outside and try to box you like Devin Haney. It wasn't happening like that. When Boots come out, to be honest, I think he made box. Listen to me. He made box Virgil because Virgil is a stand in the chest pocket type nigga, and he can get hit with that type of shit. If Boots was the box, y'all not talking about this. If Boots was to box this man, bro, and stay in the outside pocket of Virgil Ortiz and just keep popping in with jabs on some Devin Haney shit and make it boring, who gonna win?
Yeah, I agree, but I just don't know if Boots could do that. I agree with you. If he did do that, I don't know if he can do that. I don't know if he could stick to that for 12 rounds. I don't know that. I've never seen him do that. You never seen him do that.
I don't think it's gonna go 12 rounds because if he was to hit, now Virgil been hurt too. Now let's not skip over this.
No, that's a fact.
It's like a lot of people they're not understanding it.
He got hurt by Mean Machine too. You mentioned Terrence
He got
Crawford.
hurt by Mean Machine too.
Yeah.
All right, so let's take it as this. If he got hurt by Mean Machine, what you think Boots will do? But the thing about it, he got hurt by Mean Machine. If Boots see that hurt, you know what time of day it is. He turning that shit up. You right. He not gonna box no more. He finna go fight. Right?
Okay. All right,
How
yo,
that shit gonna
PDW, let me
go?
get to the next caller, man. I appreciate you pulling up, my boy. Thank you, bro, for real.
All right, my boy.
All right, later. All right, let me get Steven and then, my boy Marco in here. I'm going to get Marco after Steven and then go get the money. I'm just going in order right here. I ain't see my boy Marco in here, though. Let me get Steven and then Marco.
Yo, what up, though?
What's up, my boy?
No, yeah. You did a good job at the Chris Chill thing, too, on my mama.
Man, I appreciate that, man. Yo, listen, talk to me, man. We talking Boots Ennis today, man. Boots is the talk of the town right now. What did you think of the fight against Xander Zayas?
Well, with Boots, he answered a lot of questions for me because, like I said, to me, that was a both step up fight with each other type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Boots been a little more experienced than Xander, whatever. But yeah, he did it to me. He did a good job. Like I said, just a third round bump. That's about it. But I agree with you with the whole defense thing. And with his defense, the way he get hit, I don't like his reaction. Like when he got hit on the rope and he leaned all the way back, that's one thing he can't do with Fandora if he fight Fandora, because Fandora got them long arms, bro, and he throw his sticks. Fandora really don't wait to throw his sticks. He be throwing them, bro. And you know Fandora like to fight. And they saying the inside thing, remember Fandora loves the inside more than he like using his reach.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? He throw uppercuts too, and he lands his uppercuts.
I always say Fundora is an inside fighter that learned how to fight outside. He's not an outside fighter that had to get the inside game. And
yeah,
that's
I agree.
Very easy for a guy his size.
Because they keep bringing up the Mendez fight. He fight way different from that fight, beyond different. He grew a lot to me. And with the Virgil situation, Virgil can cut off the ring. That's what people failing to realize. He come for it, but he's also he cuts the ring off.
Hey, they not respecting and people saying I'm hating just because if I say an opinion you don't like, now I'm a hater. They not respecting what Virgil Ortiz did with Israel Madrimov.
Yep.
Madrimov, who's a good boxer, used lateral movement, all of that. He cut that motherfucking ring off and hit him to the body until he slowed them down and was able to win that fight.
And then remember, Booz didn't cut the ring off with Karen not one time in both fights. Booz don't cut the ring off often. But like with the Xander fight, he showed his footwork more than enough. Because that was one thing I had an issue with, like, man, he ain't gonna use enough footwork. But like I said, in the Xander fight, he shut me up a little bit because he used a lot of footwork and I was digging that shit. Excuse my French, my bad. But, yeah, that's all. I ain't really got too much to say, but yeah, the Virgil fight. The Kelly fight too. Kelly is no walk in the park. It's gonna be better than what people think. I still got Boots winning, but it's gonna be he have to earn that win too, because Kelly beat the last dude, the boogeyman.
Yeah, what's the guy named Boogeyman?
Buckrob, that dude.
Buckrob, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But I'm just saying that's gonna be a good fight too. It's for him to prove himself a little bit more than what everybody see right now.
All right, hold up. Lastly, Fundora and Boots. What you think?
No, I already said, bro. And to be honest, I'm gonna go with Fundora because, like I said, Boots haven't fought a Fundora. He haven't fought somebody with that long reach, somebody that know how to fight on the inside and the outside. And Fundora throw his jab too now. Like I said, his jab is tremendous too. Just like Boots threw the first round in the Xander fight, he threw 15 straight jabs. 15 of them. That's cool. But like I say, Fundora his reach, bro. That long torso, it got to be body shots from Boots to chop this dude down. If he really go do some damage, I'm saying.
Yeah.
Or at least throw some feint.
Yo, the chat saying you look like Tyron Woodley, the UFC fighter. What you think
about
that?
I get Tyron Woodley, I get Tate Diggs. Either or, it don't matter to me. Shout out to both of them for looking like me. You know what I'm talking about? But I'm out here, bro. Shout out to Marco. I met with Marco. Appreciate you, bro.
Right. Yo, appreciate you, Steven. Thank you, man. They said, I don't think Naj really watched Boots. Bro, do y'all know I knew who Boots was before y'all even heard of Boots, bro? Do you know that? Like, check the resume, check the file. If you ever meet Bozy Ennis, ask him about Talk. When did Cigar Talk meet you and Boots? Bro, I've been watching Boots for longer than you even heard of him, bro. What do you mean I never really watched Boots? Let me get Marco up here. Marco!
What up? What up? What up?
Yo, what's up, my brother? How you living, man?
Living large. You know how it is.
Yo, listen, everybody, if you're not tapped into Marco, Marco is one of the best creators in the sport of boxing. Make
Thank
sure
you.
you check out his channel. Yo, Marco, I saw you at the fight too, man. You was there. You was at the fight.
Hell yeah.
What you think, man? What do you think?
I've always said Boots is going to be in the top 5 pound for pound at some point soon. Always said it. I thought he looked amazing. He got hurt. And then we start getting into semantics. Was he hurt? Was he stunned? Whatever. He clearly was affected. I really think it had to do with him dropping Homeboy, being way faster, and maybe taking his foot off the gas a little, being like, what's he going to do to me? And then he got caught. But, one round does not a fight make. It's cumulative, right? That's what boxing, it's cumulative. And cumulatively, he cumulatively beat this dude like heavy whipping cream.
He did. But, Marco, I don't know, because I see a lot of, is that my boy in here too? Nah, my dog Sean Zatella here.
What up, Sean?
Pull up, man. Sean, I'm dropping the link. Pull up. But Marco, I don't know if I could get down with that point though, because I see most of the people I've been seeing and most of the people that have been coming up here, they're saying that they feel like Boots let off the gas. But my thing is, I've seen Boots get hit a bunch of times, 37, but to me, he's gotten hit against guys that this ain't 54. These are smaller guys. These guys ain't hitting hard at 54. Are you saying you think that he has the ability to have that defensive mindset if he wants to?
I'm saying that anybody who's been in the ring as well, that sometimes you're in there and you feel something, even if it's being bounced off your forearms, you're like, I don't want that shit to hit me. And sometimes you're in there and you feel something, you're like, I'm not worried about it. I feel like he felt like I'm not worried about it. Now that's still a defensive negligence on him. Yeah, that's why I think he got hit. I don't think if he's in there and he's getting cracked by the Towering Inferno or he's getting cracked by Virgil, I don't think he's going to be as lackadaisical or as lazy in front of them. Or not even lazy. Not concerned, maybe.
I'm just not sure I buy into that, Marco. I mean, I think it sounds good. I've heard people say that. I've heard you say that. A few other people on the panel, Roy Jones. I don't know if I believe that. And I made a reference to Jay-Z earlier in this conversation where I said Jay-Z has a line where he says, you could try to change, but that's just the top layer. You was who you was before you got here. And I think that how I see with Boots is like, this is who the guy is. I think Boots is a brawler that has the ability to box, but I think at heart, he's a slick brawler, and I don't think he's really a boxer. So I don't know if I buy into that, man.
No, he's not a boxer.
I don't think so. If you look at Boots, like let's be honest, right? The guys that I look at where I'm like, this guy is a boxer. It's guys with an excellent jab. It's guys with, I mean, Boots got a good jab.
And here's a problem, right? Not to cut you off.
Oh, go ahead.
Everything in boxing is subjective. I say this all the time over there on my channel. So what you might think is a boxer, your criteria of what a boxer is might not be what mine is. To me, a boxer is somebody who can use the jab, who can stay on the outside, who can be slick, who can move. Boots does all that.
I don't know if I would say that. When I'm looking at what I'm thinking as a boxer, number one is the definition of a boxer is hit and not get hit. That's the epitome of a boxer.
That's box. Well,
and not get hit. That's where we at. That's where we at.
And so again, you have a point. That is true. But I think a boxer is classic boxers like an Ali, outside doing the. He's not a brawler, but Boots can do both. But now he does get hit. And the question is, will he put himself in that kind of fire in front of dudes who are bigger and can bang? That's the real question.
That is the real question. That's what we got to see. And that's what we want to see as fans. Now, all right, now tell me this. We saw the fight. We took what we took from the fight. How do you see it, Marco? Talking about moving forward, Boots Ennis versus Virgil Ortiz. How do you see that fight, Marco?
I don't think anybody beats Boots. I think Boots' speed will be the deciding factor against Virgil.
Boots'
Right?
speed is unbelievable. I agree.
Off the hook. I also think that if he boxes, what we were just talking about, I think Virgil will have problems finding him if Boots decides to do that slick shit and all this and all that and stay on the outside and start doing the matrix and all the shit that he does. I think it'll give
Marco, when have we seen him do that? Marco, we never really seen him. Yes, we saw the matrix, but I'm saying is we've never seen Boots in the full capacity of a fight stay on the outside and just box a guy. Boots is going to come forward and try to hurt you. That's what he does. He's coming forward and trying to hurt you. But he does it methodically. He don't do it in Mexican style, and it's athletic, but he's coming forward to hurt you. He ain't coming just to
exactly. Now, okay, if he's being hurt, he's not going to stand in front. I don't think he's that. If he's getting hurt and he's losing, you think he's still going to just try and bang? No, I think he might relegate to just, all right, let me stay on the outside. Let me get this W because this guy is throwing grenades. I feel
the only thing, Marco, is I feel like in that third round, when Boots got hurt, I thought he was visibly hurt to me. I thought he was actually hurt. He took maybe 20 seconds to clinch and get his mind together, and then he started throwing, Marco. He didn't take the round to just – he took about 15 to 20 seconds of clinching and just staying on the ropes, and then he went back to –
You have to understand, that's after he just dropped this dude and was having his way with him, so I don't think he felt the urgency. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like if there's an urgent, if a dude is piling up the points and he's not doing well, and every time they get jump in that phone booth, he's getting the worst of it, I think he would adjust.
That's a good point. I can't wait. All right, yo, Marco, let me get this though. They keep saying I'm hating on Boots. Why y'all think me telling the truth is hating? This is how I see it, man. Y'all keep thinking everything is hating. I'm not hating on Boots. I'm telling you what it is. Now, Marco, let's get to this one, Marco. There's a guy by the name of the Towering Inferno.
Woo!
Ashton Fundora, one of the scariest fighters in the sport of boxing, in my opinion. Him versus Boots, Marco. How you seeing it, man?
Yo, that fight is dynamite. That is going to be the most exciting fight in boxing. Somebody is getting their wig shook like Mobb Deep. Shook. Man, I think if Fundora stays on the outside like he's been doing only his past 2 or 3 fights, I mean, I'll be hard-pressed to find anybody who could beat that. But he also has this like crack to him. He's like Pookie. He has to go in the inside and bang. Sometimes he just has to bang. It's to be calling him. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I
like that.
I don't know. If they bang, Fundora loses. But if Fundora boxes him, because 5'10" and 6'6",
come on, man. At 154?
That's like a cheat code. That's like a weird. You grab the old Sega and you put in the code, and then you get Fundora as a character. You just beat it, like, you know. But he has that Achilles heel where he always wants to jump in the phone booth like Clark Kent, and it doesn't work out for him sometimes.
That's true. I do feel like since he got knocked out, I feel like he's changed. But I agree with one of the earlier callers who said he hasn't had to do anything differently because he ain't fought nobody that made him go back to what he usually does. But it looks like he's fought, a little different style in terms of utilizing his jab now, staying at long range. If you come inside, he will fight you inside. But I seem like, from the fight with Tim Tszyu, the second one, I think he fought Cordell Booker. I think he fought obviously Keith Thurman. It seems like he's looking to fight on the outside and fight smarter.
Some people have power at the end of their punches, boom, and some people have power close. He has power at the end of his punches, like a Tommy Hearns, right? Somebody like Mike Tyson, he had that snappy shit on the inside. He could throw a punch only a few inches. Fundora has the power at the end. So when he, not only can't you reach him when he has you on the outside, but he also hits harder because he has you at the end of his shots. So he's delivering more thump when he keeps you at range. So he's dangerous at range for many different reasons.
Okay. I like that. All right. Now, lastly, Marco, where do you rank Boots in terms of the pound-for-pound conversation? Where do you have him? You're a respected voice in this boxing community, in the boxing. Where do you have Boots in your pound-for-pound?
I always say this, right? And we're going to have to go over it like what's your criteria for pound, or you want me to give you just mine because everybody has different criteria.
Just how you feel.
Mine. He's in the top 10. I have him over somebody like Nakatani. I have him over like a better Biev. I don't know, 7, 8, 9, maybe even 10, anywhere between 7 and 10.
I'm not mad at that.
But you could argue he fought nobody. Like, you can. Or, but yeah, 7 to 10. But he's going to rise. It's just going to rise like an Apple stock, I'm telling you.
You think he could be number 1 pound for pound?
Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? People bitch and moan about him getting hurt, and they criticize it. What's the last time you saw a fight that exciting?
That's a great point.
You need this. The sport needs this. We need this for our sport. This motherfucker is electric.
You're right, Marco. Because hey, listen, if you defensive like a Shakur, they're gonna say, this is boring. And then when you offensive like Boots, they're gonna say, oh man, this guy's getting hit. So you can't really please nobody.
You can't win. And the truth is, no disrespect to Shakur, but people would rather watch a Boots style.
Yeah, I think the casual fan would definitely rather see Boots as a casual fan.
Unfortunately, yeah, man, he's going to be there. Him, and let me just throw Abdullah Mason's going to be there too soon. I feel that too.
Okay, well, last question before I get to the next caller. How do you feel about Abdullah Mason versus Albert Bell this weekend, July 4th?
Dangerous. Are you commentating that one?
I'm not commentating, but I'll be there.
Okay. Dangerous. He's fighting a dude who is significantly taller, who has fast hands. The power meter is not very high, but fast hands, dangerous. I think it's going to show us a lot about Abdullah, a lot, because he's generally the bigger dude when he fights. So I think he's going to win, but it's going to prove, he might have some issues because this dude is, a tall, fast-handed fighter is tough for anybody to deal with, historically.
Yeah, I agree with that. Okay. Yo, Marco, I appreciate you pulling up, my brother. You was cooking today. Thank you. Make sure, shout out your channel real quick for everybody if y'all want to follow Marco and get on his channel.
Appreciate you, man. It's Marco. It was Marco Boxing. I recently upgraded to Marco Sports on all platforms. YouTube. I go live every day on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all that. It's Marco Sports. Please join, man. Appreciate you. New York in the house. Knicks in the house.
That's right. Yo, Marco, man, it's good to see you, bro. I'm gonna hit you up.
Yeah, we'll catch up. Peace.
All right, later. They said Najee allergic to action boxers because he used to Shakur. Come on, man. What's up? Why y'all keep mentioning Shakur? Shakur don't have nothing to do with nothing we talk about today. Why y'all niggas keep bringing up Shakur? Like, what? Shakur is not a topic of the conversation. Why y'all niggas keep bringing up Shakur? That was funny, though, Jeff. Salute, Jeff. All right, go get the money. What's popping? Go get the money.
What's the vibe, man?
Yo, what's up, my boy?
How you, man?
I'm all right. Yo, you in the dark, nigga? I can't see you, man. What's up, nigga?
Nah, I'm outside in the garage area.
Oh, okay. Yo, talk to me, man. Boots Ennis just fought. We had Boots Ennis versus Xander Zayas. It's a lot of different perspectives. What's yours? How you feel about Boots?
Man, I rock with Boots. I rock with Boots, man. Like, man, Boots is my man's and everything. He pulled that little stunt with that, trying to help Canelo out go against Bud, man. That was. Some
you ain't like that one? You ain't like that one?
I ain't like that one, man. That's a crazy joint. You won't find no Mexican go help no black guy beat a Mexican now. Come on now, let's get real. But
what about for that bread? What about for that bread? He like, man, Bud ain't my man, and they give me some bread.
Hey man, that's how it is though, man. That's how our color is, man. We go against each other, man. Hey, we gotta live with it. That's life. But that's besides the point though. You feel me?
Tell me the point.
But shoot, the third round, man, I feel like is if Xander was first of all, he didn't fight the fight. He tried to fight Boots fight. He tried to fight with him. He didn't try to box. You know what I'm saying? So like that meaning like when he did get him buzzed, if he was more athletic with his hands and everything and be able to punch between different angles and pockets, he would have been able to drop Boots. Not I ain't gonna say he would have won, you know what I'm saying? But he would have been able to put Boots in the worst position that he was in. You feel me? Because he gave him time. He took his foot off the pedal when he saw Boots. When he knocked his head back, he ain't rush him. He ain't go into attack mode to go ahead and get him out there. You know what I'm saying? He actually let him recover. You feel me? So
yeah.
But that's he did get knocked down twice before that happened. So you really can't say how much he could have done. But I feel like if he was more athletic and then use his body more, put his body more, you know,
I'm saying I do
more.
think he was 2 jabs at the beginning of the fight that made that nigga be like, God damn, what?
Yeah. I hear what you say again.
I said Boots hit Xander with 2 jabs at the beginning of the fight in the first round where he was like,
when he
God damn, like, that nigga, he
hit him up the jabs already, I was
before.
like, damn, he got his timing down pack already. I said, this shit over already. First round, I like this shit might be over in the first and second round already. Because the way Boots came out, I said he might get him done. I said this shit might be a quick one. First round done. First round over. But I feel like if
all right, so hold on. Let me ask you this though. Go get the money.
What's about?
Boots versus Virgil Ortiz. How you see that?
Boots will win. Boots will win. Boots will win. But I feel like he got more power than Xander. If he would have cracked, if Virgil would have cracked him how Xander would have cracked him, I don't think that his response would have been the same. You know what I'm saying? I think he would have been a little more hurt than he was against Xander. But I still feel like he will beat Virgil because he's more faster than Virgil. Virgil's feet is not, he's not athletic as Boots. So that athleticism gonna come in and play to help him beat Virgil. You know, he's gonna take that power away from him. But I think his biggest test will be Fundor with that height and with that power at the end of his punches. Because Boots when Boots get in trouble, he would throw his head back still on the line. You know what I'm saying? He won't get his head off the line like that. He will move his head but not his feet. You know what I'm saying? When he on defense. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, what do you think about that fight? Who wins that? Boots or Fundor?
It's gonna be a dog fight. Now I think Boots got more dog in him, but I think Fundor will be the first one. We probably see a drop in that fight. He probably could drop him in that fight, but I don't think he'll win though. I think Boots will get him out of there at the end, probably like later on the 10th round. You know what I'm saying? Because like Fundor, to me, Fundor fight better once he hurt. Once soon as Fundor get hurt, he turned to a different boxer. Like beginning on, he a different boxer. But when you crack him and drop him, whatever, he get up and it'd be a whole different fight. Like it'd be a whole different fight. So it all depends how he's able to fight Boots.
Now the chat, they saying you look like Rich Homie Quan, but they calling you Poor Homie Quan. How you feel about that?
That's cool, man. I'm at my house.
Yeah, talk that shit, man.
I'm at my house with this right here. I got my bike right here. So I mean, shit. I don't know how much poor that could be.
Go get the money. Talk about it, man.
I don't know how much poor that could be.
All right, hold on. Last question. Where you got Boots in your pound for pound?
I throw him at 10.
Number 10?
Yeah. He gonna rise. He gonna rise though. He gonna rise. I mean, that one fight we can't throw him at 1 or 2 or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he'll rise though. He'll rise for sure.
Okay. Yeah, well, I appreciate you pulling up, my brother. Thank you, bro.
Say that.
All right. All right, let me get Jay Smith. Jay Smith, what's popping?
What's the deal, my G?
Yo, what's going on, my brother? How you living?
Chilling, man. Grinding. See you doing the same, man. How you doing, my brother?
Man, yo, man, we talking Boots. What you think about that fight, man? Boots versus Xander Zayas.
Well, first of all, I gotta say, yo, you sound like a hater, Najee. Damn, yo, you're one of the realest out there, but you sound like a Boots hater, bro.
This is crazy. I can't. Every opinion is somebody. I'm hating on somebody. Every opinion I got. How am I hating? How?
I'm gonna tell you how you sound like you hating on Boots. So we saw the fight with Xander Zayas, right? We know that Boots dominated this man thoroughly, gave him the beating of a lifetime, and you putting a lot of emphasis on him being hit in that 3rd round, my guy. And I say you putting a lot of emphasis because, bro, which great fighter do we know that hasn't been buzzed, that haven't been stunned? That's part of boxing. We didn't have this argument when Maidana stunned Floyd Mayweather, had him wobble into his corner. It happens. It's boxing. He
Jay
got
Smith,
hit.
here's the thing, Jay Smith. When Maidana did that to Floyd was at the latter end of his career. This is not prime Floyd Mayweather. We talking about prime Floyd Mayweather, and I'm talking about
Okay.
Zayas, who is drastically slower than Boots, who
Bro,
is not as special as Boots.
Gamboa bust.
He shouldn't be getting hit like that by a guy like Xander Zayas.
Gamboa buzzed Crawford in Crawford's peak of his prime. Crawford in
I,
his 20s got
but
buzzed
I
like
think the
this.
same thing about Crawford too, though. I don't think
But
Crawford ain't had
what I'm saying
defense
is,
like that either. I don't think Crawford defense was like that either. I said the same thing about Crawford.
I think that there's some kinks in armor, but Boots. Let me say this, and I promise you, this is the case. This dude could turn into the Matrix if he wants to in every fight. But here's the problem, and you was talking about it earlier with Marco. They gonna say he's boring, my G. If Boo say, you know what, let me use the footwork, let me use the head movement, and let me play the outside game, he gonna win easy. But it's gonna be boring, and now we're gonna criticize him for that. He's taking the route that's more pleasing for the fans,
Jay
giving
Smith,
us
I
what we
don't know if
want.
he can do that, Jay Smith. We never seen him do that. Why y'all keep saying he could do that? We ain't
He
never
could.
seen him
Okay,
do that.
he didn't. Wait,
Got
wait, wait.
36 fights. He ain't a new fighter. He ain't never
Watch
did
this.
that in none of his
Watch
fights.
this. Is that he ain't never need to, my G. He don't need to. But let me show you something. Watch this. Did he not have moments, not the whole fight, but did he not have moments against Roman Villa where he did do that? I know you remember that fight, Roman Villa.
I was there.
He- okay, so he didn't have moments where he was just making them miss and making them miss and then making them pay.
I mean, yes, to a degree, but I think again, it's a different thing when a guy is so slow. It's a different type of energy when this guy, he's so much slower than you that you can afford to do that. What I'm saying is that doesn't feel like to me, and because I'm saying this, that doesn't mean I'm a hater. This is me analyzing Boots' game, and I think Boots is a pound for pound fighter. But what I'm saying is I don't think that his natural inclination is to be defensively aware. I think that he is so offensive minded that sometimes that causes him to make mistakes that can get him caught up to a point that it can hurt him.
But this is something that I heard Boots say out of his own mouth a couple years ago. He said that he wants to make his fights so that the fans enjoy it, so that the fans find it exciting. And he has developed his style of boxing to fast track him into becoming a superstar. Because you know that this type of fight he had with Xander Zayas, whether or not we criticize that third round, it's a big fight. It was a super exciting
Entertaining,
fight,
very
and
entertaining.
it's what celebrity is made of. This his stocks is skyrocketing because of that fight.
Yeah, I
Will,
agree. But
will we
Here's the
will
thing.
we
Here's
give
the
it?
thing.
Look,
Wait,
just a
go ahead. Go
question
ahead.
for
Go
you.
ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Go
a
ahead.
question for you. Will we give that fight the same attention if Boots stood on the outside, jab, step back, right hand, lateral movement? If that was the whole fight, it goes 12 rounds. Would we not be criticizing Boots for that type of performance?
Yeah, probably, but I just don't think he could do that. I don't think that's in his game, to be
You know,
honest. I
wait,
don't
it's
do that.
not his game. You're right about it not being his game. But here's the question I got for you. Based on his athleticism, based on you seeing him turn into the Matrix in there, do you think he not have the ability to do that if he wanted to? I'm not saying that he doesn't do it or not. Do you
No,
think
I
he
don't.
has
I
the
don't think
ability?
he does. I don't think. I think physically he has the ability. Yes, physically, but mentally, no. I don't think mentally. I think to me, to be a fighter like that, it's more a commitment to a mentality more so than your physical gifts that you can do it. I don't think mentally that's where he is. That he's going to sit back and like I can mentally just do that. I think that he. I don't think he got enough patience to do that. To be honest, I think his brain says go forward and kill this guy. That's his brain to me. I think that's where his brain is.
Okay, and look, that is his mindset. That's what he's showing us in every fight. But what I'm telling you is, nobody has forced him to do otherwise. When he runs into somebody that make him pull out these other tricks, these other tools and resources out of his arsenal, we're gonna see them. He hasn't had to do it. We might see more footwork than we ever have when he step in there with Fondora. More angles than we ever have. More head movement than we ever have. Because at that point, with that reach advantage Fondora's going to enjoy against him, he's going to have to bring out those resources. We're going to see it. Watch.
Jay Smith. We better see that shit. We better see it, Jay Smith, because I ain't never seen it yet. And Fundora ain't no game like that. How do you see
You
that fight with Fundora and Boots? How do you see that fight?
so we know what Fondora is able to do from the outside. We know how Fondora developed after taking that L. Now he jabbed the shit out of you from across the ring. You got to take some damage to get on the inside of Fondora. That's what he developed into, right? So I think Boots is going to use that footwork. I think Fondora's Achilles heel is the angles. Remember, buddy, that beat him, kept sidestepping on him, and when you keep him, he don't have the greatest footwork. That's one weakness Fondora's does have. So if you could use those angles and you have him constantly trying to reset to put leverage on his punches, then you could get him. That's what we're gonna see, the elite level footwork and the defense from Jerome Boots Ennis. He's not gonna go toe to toe and just bang it out with this dude. He's gonna go in the inside, put all type of hands on him, and then step back out and dance around him, dance circles around him. Boots is gonna win that fight.
I agree with you though. Fundora don't got footwork like that. I agree with you on that. But my thing is he's able to compensate for his lack of footwork because he's so physically gifted that it's so hard to come inside to a place where you can actually hit him, that he's able to do that just because of his size. But I agree with you, his feet is not good. It's not educated feet. His feet's not that good, but he's able to make up for it with his length.
You're right. He's definitely gonna be able to use that jab and keep Boots on the outside as much as possible. And Boots is also gonna have to take some punishment to get on the inside. But on the inside, I think we both agree Boots is gonna get the better of him. Fondora's a great fighter on the inside, but Boots is gonna have
I
that
don't know,
speed
Jay
advantage.
Smith. I'm not sure, Jay Smith. I'm not sure.
On the in and out, the only thing I know, and I know you agree with this, Boots can't sit in the pocket for too long like he did with Zayas. He can't do
Yeah.
that. And I believe he's not going to.
All right. Hold up. What do you all right? Last question. What do you think about Boots Ennis versus Virgil Ortiz, though?
Come on, bro. I'm gonna tell you what you already know. Boots is gonna give Virgil the beating of a lifetime, bro. The beating of a lifetime. We all look. Let's not beat around the bush. We know Virgil Ortiz sued Oscar De La Hoya to get out of that fight because he was gonna get pummeled, bro. Come on, babe. Come on, Najee. Let's be real. Let's be for real here. Let's be for real. He could have fought. Listen, it ain't had to be Xander Zayas getting battered. It could have been. It could have been Virgil Ortiz getting his ass whooped, but it wasn't because he sued Golden Boy in a lawsuit that we know he could not win. He ducked. He ducked.
Okay.
And Boots is right down.
Last question, Jay Smith. Where's Boots on your pound for pound list?
I saw him on the ring, pound for pound list at number 9, and I'm good with that. I'm good with the number 9 spot. He had a great win, but you don't go from being outside the list to getting into the top 5. I heard people say he top 5. Nah, that's crazy. It don't work that way. You got to work your way. So he's at 9 in the Ring Magazine's pound for pound list. I agree with that number 9 spot. He's gonna keep climbing. Eventually, we're gonna see Jerome Boots Ennis, Shakur Stevenson, and Devin Haney. They're gonna be battling it out for that number 1 spot. The same way we saw Naoya Inoue, Usyk, and Bud. Remember how they just kept shifting until eventually Crawford beat Canelo Alvarez, and that's it. There was nothing nobody could do to get him out of there. So Boots, Devin, Shakur, they're gonna be battling it out eventually for that spot until one of them gets a win that's so big that's it. He owned the spot. Everybody else gotta stick behind him. If Shakur or Devin beat Tank Davis, they'll get to that number 1 spot first.
Okay, yo, Jay Smith, you Dominican? They saying you look like the Dominican Stephen A. Smith. You Dominican?
So, oh man, I keep getting that shit. So yeah, I am Dominican, and there's a little bit of a resemblance with Stephen A. Smith. Somebody made me a meme, Stephen J. Smith. Cause your chat, they trying to play me because they see my wig pushed back, so they trying to play me. That's why.
Yo, mine too. That's why I got the hat on. But don't worry, I'm going to Turkey get my shit back. But all right, yo, Jay Smith, I appreciate you pulling up, my boy. Thank you.
One love, my G.
All right, salute. I ain't gonna lie. He said they call me Stephen J. Smith. That's what he said. He said they call him Stephen J. Smith, bruh. I ain't even gonna hold you. That's comedy, son. Stephen J. Smith. Oh, my boy in here. Boxing and Barbecue. Make sure you follow him on Twitter. Boxing and Barbecue, one of the best pages in the sport. Yo, my boy Sean Zattel was in here. I was trying to get him to come up. Yo, Sean Zattel, what's up? They somebody here cook right now. Y'all about to go to Turkey, get my shit back right. Let me get Mello. Mello, what's popping? Yo,
I can't even hear you now.
you can't hear me, Mello?
I'm finna get out. I'm finna come right back
All
in.
right, log out, come back in. Let me drop the link. I'm trying to get Mello. Yo, I got another person in the chat named Maniac, but you gotta turn your camera on, bro. I don't do no cameras off no more. Maniac, come up. You ain't got your camera on, Maniac. What's up? Naj, I got the files on you, doggy. That hairline is criminal. Ain't no files, nigga. When I'm on the zone commentating, it's no hat Naj. I bring the hat. I take the hat off when it's I take showers with my hat on. Let me get Mello and then Maniac. Mello, what's popping?
Yo, what's that word, Naj, man?
Yo, can you hear me, my boy?
Y'all can hear you. I can hear you now.
All
Hey,
right.
so I just got a question, right? Because I can agree to a certain shit, about Boots. Like, he really ain't fight the best opponents. He kind of do get hit, you know? And,
Yeah.
a lot of shots he roll off of it. People don't say that enough
He
for
do.
me, but
I agree with that though, because Boots be quick to go like this, and people think he getting his head snapped back, pause, but he be just rolling with shots too though.
nah, on some real shit. Then also I can also agree with bro just said. Sometimes that shit right there too much because he's so offensive minded. I agree. But like as fans, bro, like we always like to like criticize like the boxes like nobody perfect, bro. I'm in the league. Nobody perfect. I still
Yeah.
get beat with inside moves and overset and shit. Nobody perfect, gang.
There's a
So
nigga that's
Shakur,
close
he
to
a
perfect,
defensive.
and his name was Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah, but Floyd got hit too. In his
Yeah,
younger
he did.
days.
Yeah, he did.
He took a knee like Tank did. You
Well,
know what
no,
I
hold
mean?
up. But he didn't take a knee because he was hurt from punches. He broke his hand, and then he did an intentional
But he
kneel
still
down.
took a knee. But he still took a knee, right?
Yeah, but he wasn't hurt. But go ahead.
But
Go ahead.
hold on, wait. It got other fighters broke their hand still swinging that bit, right? And ain't taking
Yeah.
it. So he
Right.
took a knee, gang. So long story short, like why everybody like after Boots win, like they ain't even like try to crown him, say how much he did. The first thing y'all went to was he trash. I mean, I'm sorry, they ain't say he trash. Like the first thing y'all said, he got hurt. Everybody get hurt. Everybody know it's take one shot, right?
You know why though? You know why, Mello? I think it's because, at least for me, I can't speak for everybody. I don't know why everybody else saying that. Why I'm saying that was I think that Boots is so much better than Xander Zayas, and Xander is also not known as a guy that is a power puncher. That I think it was more surprising that happened against Xander. I think I would have been more accepting of it if it happened against Virgil Ortiz or one of them other guys that we know got power. But because Xander's not known for having power, that to me is what made it more apparent than if it was somebody else.
But it got people getting like Shakur Stevenson. He don't. People say he don't got a lot of power, but he knock people out. You know what I mean? Probably at lower weight classes, but still, like it's shots you don't see. Like you, anybody probably can hurt Boots. You know what I mean? If a shot he don't see it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I hate when people say things like that. You know what I mean? We just can't say
But it's
we
just not
can't
a
stick.
guy that we know that got power, Mello. Like if this was a
But
guy
look
with
though,
power, I
but
think
you
we
gotta
would have
realize though, we
said
gotta
it.
stick to boxing, right? Say it Tank and Shakur box. And Shakur hurt Tank in the third round. What the fuck y'all gonna say?
I can't even see that happening. I ain't gonna lie, Mello. If that happened,
But you don't
that was
know though. You know what I mean?
I don't. I
But
don't.
the long story short though, like why everybody be doing that to Boost? That's all I want to say. That's all I want to know. Like why? Like every time he win, people always say like standing on this. People say, yeah, he trash. He ain't really fighting nobody. But before the fight, I was saying, yeah, shit, he punching. Woo, he a pressure fighter. Like come on, man. Come on, man.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
all I'm
I
saying.
didn't say that against Stanionis. I knew Boots was gonna beat his ass. But I mean, how do you feel moving forward about a fight with Boots and Virgil Ortiz? Maniac, I'm gonna get to you next. But you turn that camera
I'm
on,
not gonna
Maniac.
lie, bro. I think it's going. I think it's gonna be a great fight. I think most definitely Boost gonna have to. Can't stay in the pocket as long as he did this last fight, and also I just think like to be honest, like Ortiz got like a better puncher lesson like in the pocket, because he had come for a fighter. Like when he squared up, like he can, like he used to doing that because like that what he do, But I think Boost beat him, It's up and shit. Boost just got to be safe, be smart, use that jab, pick his moments and pick his ass apart. And Boost beat him easily, to be honest. Like
What all right, what
I
about
really feel like
Fundora?
this.
What about Fundora, Mello?
And look here, shit, Anthony Joshua will have a problem fighting him. Shit.
Yeah, yeah, I ain't mad at you for that. I ain't mad at
Hey,
you for
but look
that
though, you
take.
just got that's the fight, bro. To be honest, we just got to see, bro. And was that real, bro? When I seen Boost, like was on the video, he said he want the big giant or something like that. No
Yeah,
Diddy or no
he said
pause,
he
all that
wants
shit.
Fundora. He ready for that fight.
Shit, Boost probably see something he could take advantage of. Cause I ain't never heard Boost really call nobody out, unless when he said that shit about Spencer, But when he was he probably see something. So why Boost calling for him?
Hey, Boots is a warrior. Boots want that he want that smoke. I ain't gonna lie. I'm just saying that ain't no easy fight though, but he want that smoke. Boots ain't no Boots like that. He like that. For sure. For sure. All right, last
Hey, I got a
question. Mello,
question.
go ahead, go ahead.
I got a question. Hey, what's up? Who you think win, Keyshawn or Devin Haney? And don't be biased, bro. Just be real, cause cause on the fan perspective, bro. Sometimes it do seem like you be kind of picking shots with like Dev and Shakur. You know what I mean? But I don't know,
Win is
bro.
win. Because people keep saying that, and I don't understand. When have I picked a side for Shakur? When? What was? Tell me one example that you felt like I did that.
It just like when you was talking about like who you was on here talking to, Bill Haney, and he was asking like questions, like sounding like asking him, like answering them. You was trying to be like cool with it, like I ain't trying to be, like saying like, damn, I probably think Shakur beat you, or I think Devin beat you. You know what I mean? Instead of just, you like,
I mean,
I don't want
no,
to
I
answer.
think that. I'm not saying that because I'm cool with Shakur. I'm biased. That's how I really see it like that. That's how I really
But
see it.
I see the fight different. That's a conversation for another day. But Devin Haney bigger, faster. I mean, I won't say faster, but he comfortable. Devin Haney fast. We can't say he ain't. So
Okay.
and Shakur not going and Shakur and that type of shit don't have like, and the only reason Elvis Damos Santos ain't beat Shakur because he ain't had the abilities like Devin Haney, swinging all wild and shit. Just have throwing power shot. No, Devin Haney don't do that. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But
Okay.
this is my last question though. I mean, I'm gonna get up out of here. Tank gonna beat the shit out of Devin Haney. You know what I mean?
I don't know about that. I'm gonna be honest, Mello. I don't
I
know
don't
about
know
that,
either,
Mello.
but I'm a Tank fan, man.
All
I
right.
pray
Well,
my boy come
listen,
back right.
salute the tank, but I don't think it's no foregone conclusion he gonna beat Devin Haney. I don't think that. I don't think that.
Man, come on, man. Bye, man. Keep doing your thing, big dog.
All right. Salute, my boy. I'm gonna get Maniac and then Judah. Why y'all keep saying I don't understand? I keep saying I'm biased for Shakur. I like when? Tell me when have I ever said anything that was biased to Shakur? Tell me when. I just think it'd be people that don't like Shakur, and then they say that because you don't like him. But what have I said that was biased? Just give an example. I just think it's crazy. But all right, let's go. Maniac. What's popping? Maniac.
Yo, what's happening?
Yo, Maniac, what's up, man? Oh,
What's
okay.
up?
You got the boxing posters behind you. What's going on, man?
For sure. Yes, sir. Hey, I've been listening to you for a minute, Najee.
Yeah,
And
talk to
I'm
me, man.
disappointed, bro. I'm disappointed, bro. You up here saying anything. You
All
up here
right,
saying
let's go.
anything.
Why? What is it that's disappointing you? Why are you saying that?
I'm trying to see why you so fixed on Boots getting hurt. And I think I heard you say that Boots, his defense ain't that good. What?
Yeah, I said that. I said that.
You saying anything, my boy?
Maniac, I'm trying to tell you this, Maniac. This is what I'm saying about Boots. Why I'm so fixed on Boots getting hurt. It's not about Boots just getting hurt, right? Like you said, like everybody's saying, we know and we understand this is the sport of boxing. Anybody could get hurt in the sport of boxing, right? But what I'm talking about and why to me this is a bigger deal is he didn't just get hurt by, like, all right, put it like this. When Andre Ward got hurt against Sergey Kovalev, that Sergey Kovalev is a motherfucker that's knocking niggas out. This is a knockout artist. This is a nigga that's been known to do that. So that's what I'm saying. If Boots got hurt versus a guy that we know that knocks niggas out, I would be like, I understand it more because this guy does that. Xander Zayas is not a guy that's like, yo, this guy just be hurting people. That's MO. We've never seen him really do that. And that's what makes it like, I think it's a big deal because he's fighting a guy that's not known for knockouts.
Yeah. So I hear your point, right? But that still don't tell me or answer the question on why you saying his defense ain't that good. It's because if you see what he did, I'm not looking at it as Boots need to sharpen up his defense. I think Boots made more so of a miscalculation. I think Boots is someone that's used to having his way. And with him used to having his way with that certain style, he does sometimes have, my partner like to say, a ring ego. So that ring ego kicks in at certain points when he like to get to have his way sometimes. So I do think he has like a misconception of distance sometimes. And I do think he get popped with some certain shots. But to say that Boots get hits a lot and his defense is this, his defense is that, that's a narrative. That's just making shit up. That's not true. That's not true at all.
Hold on, Maniac. Come on, let's keep it real, Maniac. I watch every Boots fight. I've been to most of the fights in person. I've been to most of them. Mm-hmm. I do think Boots be getting hit more than he should get hit. I've never seen him hurt, though. That's my thing is at 47, I've seen guys hit him, and he just take it like, that ain't shit. And he go beat your ass because you can hit me, and it doesn't do anything. But what I'm saying is now that he got to 154, does it change now that we seen him got hurt against a guy that is not known for power? Does that mean now he's against the guys that punch harder and bigger guys? Is that going to change the course of a fight? Now, I think that's a fair question, Maniac. I don't think I'm hating. I think that's a fair question.
I don't think that question is necessarily hating. I think it was the foundation of where you was going. Like, oh, he got hurt. He don't got no defense. I don't think that's true. But to say, yeah, he did get hurt by somebody that's not known for punching or stopping people, I would say I won't look at that as problematic to me. To me, I was looking at it like, damn, Boots is in shape. Look how he would still be able to be keen on defense, catch, shoot, roll. He was even digging to the body. He was even turning. Even though Xander was still catching him with good shots, he was still able. He was still was able to still be aware in that moment. And he was hurting Xander with certain shots too. So I'm looking at it like that. Both of them was in excellent shape, in my opinion.
I agree, Maniac. I agree with everything you just said right there. My only retort to that is, fine, I agree with that. But if you get caught by a guy like Virgil Ortiz, who you know is going to come in there for that kill, if he smell that you hurt, then what?
First of all,
that's my only question.
Let me tell you something. That's another thing. Why are you even talking about this dude? Lil Durk just told you a couple years ago what happened to this nigga. What happened to Virgil? He asked you years ago what happened to him.
God, what happened to Virgil?
Exactly. Oh my God, what happened to Virgil? This nigga been missing since 47. This is the same guy that enrolled in DeVry University because he claimed he wanted to fight Bud. You know, he was in line to fight Bud before Boots was. What happened to him? He went somewhere else. Then
wait, hold up, Maniac. Hold up, Maniac. He fought, what's his name? what's the guy name that fought Bud, Madrimov, and he beat the shit out of Madrimov.
First of all, that was a very close fight. Good win, but
it was
let's
close,
not
but he
forget.
was beating up Bud didn't even beat up Madrimov. He won, but he ain't beating him up.
Bud
Virgil
outboxed
beating him
Bud
up. Nigga.
outboxed and beat Madrimov way better than Virgil did. Way better. Virgil had a close fight with Madrimov. And to be honest, let's not forget that Virgil fought a nigga from Ghana named Trevor Lawson. Who the fuck? And then he also fought Thomas Delorme at 154. Who the fuck? When did Thomas Delorme get to 154?
Boots fought Thomas Delorme
at 147, not at 154. They blew him up to 54 to get a good win off of him just to say we beat him better than Boots. If you see what Virgil is doing in his career,
that's fair.
Oscar is doing the same thing he doing with Virgil that he did with Kid Austin. That whole little shit with Shakur, that whole thing was fake. And this whole court thing with Virgil and them, that shit is fake too. He don't want him to fight Boots. They're protecting this nigga. He is ducking. And that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion.
I'm not mad at that opinion, and I'm not saying this. And I say if Virgil and Boots fought, I do have Boots as the favorite. But I'm saying is what made me feel this way. If that nigga get you in that position that Xander had you, hey, man. Come on, maniac.
Hey, look, Najee, and this is what I'm saying. The same thing that Oscar is doing with Kid Austin, he's doing with Virgil. We just seen Tevin Farmer. We just seen Tevin Farmer go 36 rounds. He went 12 rounds with Martala. He went 24 rounds with Zepeda. And what they do, they alley-ooped them to fucking to Kid Austin. And the same thing they did the same thing with Erickson Lubin. They did the same thing. They alley-ooped Erickson Lubin to Virgil Ortiz to make him look good. And that's all they was doing. Dude said Tory Payne. That was trash. Shut up, boy. You look like Brian Norman. Fuck you talking about, ugly ass boy. Fuck you talking about, stupid.
You look like Brian Norman, though.
Stupid. But yeah, man.
You look like Tory Lanez in the chat, though.
Yeah, but this is the same thing I was trying to tell you in Houston. When you didn't believe me, when I was telling you that Errol Spence is a better all-time welterweight than Manny Pacquiao, but we don't got to go there. I know you don't remember that.
I do remember you saying that. And I thought that
you
was
remember.
You did say that to me. Yes, you did in Houston. Yeah. All right, let me ask you this, maniac. Boots Ennis versus the towering inferno, Sebastian Fundora. How you got it, maniac?
I got Boots stopping him. Boots is stopping him.
Tell me how?
So I got Boots probably stopping him around like 7 rounds. Fundora, yes, he got better with his jab and his range and shit, but he's still too slow. He's not explosive enough. He's not quick on his defensive or those small twitch muscles that you need to catch, shoot, roll, and hit back. He ain't quick enough for Boots. He about to sit in there and get tattooed all fucking night.
He might not be maniac, but he got so much length that he could afford to be slower. Because by the time you try to get in there, a nigga gonna hit you with some shit because he got you all the way out here with the jab.
His feet not defensively fast enough to do that. And this is another reason why Tank is a better boxer than Devin Haney. Facts.
Nah, maniac, nah.
Facts.
I was entertaining what you were saying, that nigga. Tank is a better boxer than Devin Haney?
Yes, Najee. Hey, look. So let me ask you this. If you had to break it down in categories, name something that Devin does better than Tank besides his jab.
He got better lateral movement than Tank.
Cap.
He do.
You talking about the lateral movement against Jose Ramirez? Talking about that lateral movement?
No, I'm talking about, hold up. You want to talk about Tank? The nigga that lost to Lamont Roach and got a draw? That was a gift.
That's cap. That's cap. He didn't lose. He didn't lose. That was a controversial fight, but it wasn't a loss. It wasn't a loss. It was a controversial fight for sure.
Maniac, you can't say I'm biased and then talk about Tank ain't lose that fight against Lamont Roach.
He didn't. That was very controversial. But if you go back and look at that fight, bro, Lamont Roach wasn't winning that fight, in my opinion.
Hey, me and Greg Hackett watched the fight. Even without the knee, me and Greg Hackett both said that we thought Tank lost that fight.
Hey, man, that's y'all opinion. But I called it different. I don't think Lamont Roach did enough. I think he had some great counter punches. And yes, he studied Tank, but we're talking about activity. That he didn't do enough. He didn't do enough.
I'm saying I'm biased, and then you come with some shit like that. Come on, nigga.
I'm just telling you why I don't think he beat Tank. That's all I'm saying.
Maniac.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying. But
All right,
you still
all right,
didn't
hold
answer
up.
the question, though. You still didn't answer the question.
What's the
What does
question?
Devin Haney do better than Tank?
I think it starts and ends with the jab. It starts and
Yeah, I
ends with
feel
the
you.
jab.
I feel you. I feel you.
That's
Hey, this
yo,
is what I'm talking about, chat.
that's the best punch in boxing, though. That's the most effective punch in boxing, though.
Najee. Besides the jab, Tank, his defense is better. His head movement is better. His footwork is better. His feet defensively are better. Like he damn sure got more power. He's faster. He's more explosive. Like what are we talking about?
Here's the thing, Maniac. Size matters. Size matters. And if you want to use that as an example, what does Lamont Roach do that's better than Tank? I thought he won. The referee said it was a draw, which is bullshit. But what does Lamont Roach do that's better than Tank?
Well, no, Lamont Roach doesn't do shit better than Tank.
All right,
Lamont
then.
Roach,
So if this guy
Lamont
can get a
Roach.
draw, how can Devin Haney not get a
No,
win?
well, because first of all, Lamont Roach knows Tank. They know each other. They familiar. And
So Devin and Tank, they fought, they sparred. It's on video on YouTube.
That's cool.
Devin Haney and Tank sparred on YouTube.
That's
and
cool.
Devin was getting in his ass.
That's cap. This nigga Devin just tried to sneak. He tried to sneak Tank, didn't he? He tried to sneak Tank and still couldn't knock him out. Like, what the fuck kind of shit is that? You sneaking,
I'm just
you
saying,
can't knock him out.
if you want to say a nigga don't do shit better than Tank, Lamont Roach should, by that assessment, Lamont Roach should have lost that fight because he don't do nothing better than Tank.
No,
but Devin, at least we know he got better jab than Tank. He's bigger than Tank, and I think he got better feet.
I hear you, but look, this is what I'm saying. Lamont Roach knew Tank. They were familiar with each other. And credit to Lamont Roach, he's a smart fighter. And they have a great game plan when they went up against Tank. So those things have a fact. Those things play the factor.
So you think Devin not a smart fighter?
Yeah, Devin is a pretty smart fighter for sure.
So then come on, nigga. Come on. What we talk about then?
That don't mean nothing.
Oh my God!
What does that mean?
You
trying to use Lamont Roach as an example?
You said I was biased, and now you being biased.
You trying to use Lamont Roach as an example?
Huh?
You trying to use Lamont Roach as an example, and that
yeah, because everything you just said, you said that if Devin not do nothing better than Tank, he gonna lose. Lamont do nothing better than Tank, and he ain't lose.
And I was trying not to do this, but that's like Ryan Garcia. Then Tank knock him out, and then look what Ryan did to Devin.
Oh, Osterine.
Yeah, but that was 2 weeks. Like, hey man, for 2 weeks, I tell you what, Najee. I tell you what, for 2 weeks, that nigga knew what the ass whipping felt like. So other than that, I ain't trying to hear that shit. I feel you. That nigga.
It sounds like you hating on Devin.
2 weeks, you didn't know he cheated.
Like you hating on Devin Haney.
I'm not. I fuck with Devin. I fuck with Devin. Nah, I fuck with Devin. Shout out to Bill. Shout out to Haney. Them. Shout out to Najee. Shout out to the chat. Everybody for having me on here.
I appreciate you. Last question before I get up out of here. Where do you rank Boots Ennis in your pound for pound discussion?
Shit, that depends because I only see the ring pound for pound, and that's
fuck the ring. I'm talking about you. I'm talking about Maniac. How you see it? Fuck the ring.
I put Boots at like number 7, just off the top of my head. Number 7, just off the top of my head. But yeah, for sure. And I would say Devin Haney is definitely over Shakur Stevenson on the pound for pound list. Shakur got to fight O'Shaquie Foster. Don't try to entertain nobody else. Don't entertain G Money. Or don't try to step on nobody's toes. You fight Foster like
if G Money want that fight, G Money getting that fight. Come on, don't do that.
I'm saying I feel you, but don't fight O'Shaquie like you said. Be a man of your word. We rock with you, Shakur, but be a man of your word. Keyshawn, you ain't lying for Devin. Devin, you supposed to be Debo. Don't turn into Duck Debo. Remember, Smokey said Debo, he tough. He's tough right here, but not around the corner. He don't pull that shit. So
all right, so hold on. Last question, Maniac. Who winning that fight? Keyshawn Davis or Devin Haney?
You're gonna say I'm hating on Dev, but I got Keyshawn, man. I got Keyshawn.
Nah, that's not hating. That's not hating. Tell me why though.
I got Keyshawn. I think same reason. I think he's overall a little bit better. I think his mentality, man. I've seen Keyshawn do some nasty things. We talk about his bag. We talk about footwork, angles, catching, shooting. I've seen Keyshawn throw a triple left hook, step around, catch the angle, then bring the uppercut. He cold. I ain't never seen Devin do no shit like that. I'm just saying respectfully. So yeah, man. But hey, can I let me get a shout out right quick, Najee, if that's
Go
cool.
ahead. Go ahead.
It's Maniac, man. Who gonna catch these hands, man? Y'all follow us at Who Gonna Catch These Hands. Y'all can find me on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok at Poppy_Maniac. And y'all gonna catch me in the ring coming soon, probably August. Dean the Fate.
Oh, you a fighter, Maniac?
Ducking.
You a fighter?
Yes, sir. I'm 4-0, 4 knockouts. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Tell
Okay.
Dean the Fate.
I just realized that you're biased for Keyshawn Davis because I see what your shirt says.
Oh,
it
no.
says Norfolk. I
Nah,
knew
look,
it.
I'm from Atlanta. Hey, no, I'm from Atlanta, though. I'm from Atlanta. I just rock. Shout out to Coach Sean, Norfolk Hit Squad. You know what I'm saying? That's my guy. You know, just showing love, man. That's all. But yeah, man.
All right, hold on. What's your name? What's your name so we could look you up as a professional fighter? You say you 4-0, 4 knockouts. What's your name, bro?
Yeah, my name's Sanchez McGee. Sanchez Maniac McGee. Like I said, y'all can find me on all platforms.
Your first name Sanchez? That's your real name?
Yeah, Sanchez. Yeah, Sanchez Maniac McGee. Hey, man, combat veteran. You know what I'm saying? Combat veteran, 82nd Airborne. Hey, man, we out here. I'm telling you, Dean the Fate. Stop ducking me. Salt Mommy. Lil Cray Cray. What's the other dude? Lil Slim. Motto Vargas. I'm stepping on all y'all influences. I'm coming outside. I'm telling you. I'm bro.
Okay. Your Maniac, salute, man. We gonna check you out, man. Sanchez. What you said last name? Sanchez what?
McGee. Yeah.
Sanchez McGee. All right.
Yes, sir.
All right. Appreciate you, bro.
All right, y'all. Peace.
All right. Hey, look, man. Nigga said his name Sanchez McGee. I ain't know Sanchez was a first name. Sanchez McGee. He said he pro fighter. 4 wins. 4 by way of knockout. 4 wins, 4 by way of knockout. That's what he said. So, yeah. All right, man. Listen, everybody, thank you for pulling up today. I'm sorry my other special guest didn't pull up, man. What the fuck, man? I'm sorry, y'all. I was trying to set it on fire. I'll tell you who it was. It was Bozy Ennis. It was Bozy. I was trying to bring Bozy up here. I was trying to bring Bozy up here to really talk to us and give us the whole thing from that perspective, but I don't know what happened, man. I don't know. But salute Bozy, that's my guy. You know what I'm saying? We'll figure it out. Yeah, he might have. They said Bozy fell asleep. Yeah, probably. Yeah, it was Bozy, man. It was Bozy. Bozy Ennis. I was trying to get the full perspective. You know what I'm saying? We would have got the game plan. I had some good questions. You know what I'm saying? It was easy though, but it is what it is, man. It's not easy getting guests. Anybody that does this understands getting guests is hard work, man. So shout out to Bozy, shout out to Boots, shout out to Xander Zayas, and we'll be back next week. I will be at the fight with Abdullah Mason, and me and Abdullah gonna do something real soon. And man, I got a couple of interviews coming up, man. So salute to everybody in the chat. I appreciate y'all pulling up, man. They said, let's go Sanchez. He 4-0. Call Bill. Sanchez McGee is a real fighter. Let me see. Hold up. Before we go, let me look up Sanchez McGee. Because this nigga was hating on Devin Haney. Let me look him up on YouTube real quick. Sanchez McGee. That's what he said his name was. Let's see if he one of them. Sanchez McGee. Let me see. Sanchez McGee. Let me put boxing because it's not. Hold on, it's not coming up. Sanchez McGee boxing. Hold it. Oh, here you go. Is this him? Oh, yeah, this him right here. Sanchez McGee. All right, hold up. Let's put it. All right, before we go, let's put it on real quick. I gotta show some love. Sanchez McGee. This guy that was just up here. He said he wanted a one. Let's do it. Sanchez McGee. Hopefully they don't flag me.
Wilmington, Fayetteville.
Hopefully they don't flag me, y'all.
Got a good fight.
Sanchez McGee.
McGee is from.
All right, Rick, are you ready?
This is the guy right here. Sanchez McGee. We playing you right now. Let's see.
Great clash of styles already.
That's him right there in the red and white and black shorts. Sanchez McGee. Okay, nice little counter with the right hand.
Turn.
Nice little counter with the right hand. Sanchez McGee.
He taking his time, moving around the ring a bit.
Yo, what the fuck was that his opponent just did?
All right, really looking for that big overhand right. Tried it again.
Okay, Sanchez trying to throw that overhand right. He trying to counter with the overhand right.
Turn. Box.
Y'all hope they don't flag me, man. Sanchez McGee. Oh, this him right here, Poppy Maniac. So this is my second pro fight. We watching Sanchez McGee. He just came up here.
Didn't really land clean, maybe on the shoulder, but he's
sometimes I'm gonna just show
really
people. If you a fighter, I'll show your fights up here. I hope you don't get flagged.
So McGee taking his time, moving his head, tying him up on the inside of it.
They said Sanchez on his Devin Haney. They said we got similar foreheads. That's crazy, Lulu. I ain't gonna lie. That nigga Lulu out here wilding.
Looks like McGee's already looking out for that right hand from Joyner.
Sanchez McGee, he's a fighter.
McGee with the right hand of his own.
He not bad. What y'all think, chat? He not bad. He not bad.
Stop. Break.
Fight. Say clinching like Devin Haney. He not bad, y'all. He not bad. He looking decent. Like he ain't like no world level, but nice little
left hook.
Nice little check hook.
Landed, but he threw it.
Nice little check hook.
For the second or third
Sanchez McGee is out. He not bad. He not bad.
Knocked down. Maybe the feet are getting tied up.
Yeah, he fighting the scrub though, but he not bad. He not bad. He not bad. He looking decent so far.
Double jab McGee. Moves right out at the end.
Footwork is not bad.
Tell you guys this much.
Sanchez McGee.
These guys are looking for their first win. Sometimes you get a little bit of nerve.
Guys, let's hold.
A little bit of
Yeah,
nerve.
Sanchez McGee. He not bad. His opponent looking like some bullshit though, but Sanchez don't look that bad though.
Joyner fighting on his heels a bit.
Oh, you saw the little angle?
Limiting some of
Y'all
his
saw the
movement.
little angle he just did with the feet? They say he fighting the
Joyner
doorman.
working on the inside, trying to go to the body in the clinch as they separate. Looks to the
Let me
ground.
see how long is this shit? Oh, it should be over soon. It's almost over.
Hands are down. Maybe he felt a body shot in there.
It's almost over, y'all. Let's see if it's a first round KO.
Second to go.
Sanchez McGee.
There's that right hand again. Missed.
He liked that overhand right.
Right hand.
I like how he's smothering his guy, though. He's smothering him like he throws his punches and steps inside the smother so his guy can't get his work off.
Landed too clean. 1, 2, 3.
Sanchez
Got
McGee.
through.
Oh, nice.
hand
Hold
that
up.
landed. And Joyner went down.
That was a nice little right hand. Hold up. Let's see it again. Sanchez McGee.
Landed too clean. 1, 2, 3. Looks like it got through.
This guy threw some wild shit,
That
caught a right
landed.
hand. Sanchez
Joyner went
McGee.
down.
4, 5,
Beautiful right hand.
6, 7, 8,
Joyner not going to make it.
10. It's over.
And McGee has his second professional win.
Yeah, that nigga was hurt down. Yeah, that wasn't bad. Come on, y'all. All right, keep it real, y'all. That wasn't that bad. All right, salute Sanchez McGee. That wasn't that bad, man. He said this nigga fight like Najee. Nah, listen, I got some pop on my shots. You mean? I got a big right hand. You mean? I got a big right hand, bro. But Sanchez did good. I thought he did good. That wasn't bad at all. They said that's how Ray J versus Orlando Brown gonna look. Ray J versus Orlando Brown. I don't care what none of y'all say. If Rico could fight Usyk, Ray J could fight Orlando Brown. We want to see that. Ray J and Orlando Brown. I agree. Yo, salute to him for even getting in the ring. It take a real warrior to even get in that ring. That's a fact. Nigga said Najee got a Amir Khan chin with Ray J hands. Damn, bro. Why you think so low of me? I done slept a couple niggas in my lifetime, bro. I don't know why you think so low of me, bro. You know what I mean? Don't get it fucked up, bruh. You know what I mean? But salute Sanchez McGee. They said Sanchez McGee is pound for pound. Niggas said I got Ray J hands and Amir Khan chin. That is wild. Najee gonna throw that Usyk diss every time. Nah, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. That Ray J Orlando Brown shit gonna be comedy. Facts. Make sure y'all tune in. August 15th. Yeah, connect, kid. Come on. I'm telling you, I got a big right hand, boy. Don't get it fucked up. I don't know. Don't let this YouTube shit fool you, nigga. I got a right hand and a jab pretty good too. That's all I got though. I got a good jab and a good right hand. Everything else, I don't know about that, but jab and a good right hand. They said Naj fight with his thumbs up. Come on, man. Y'all think so low of me, man. Y'all think it's a nigga on YouTube that I can't fight. Like, I don't, bro, I had real like street fights. And I've been in the gym. I ain't never tried to like go pro or be amateur in tournaments, but you know, I sparred in the gym. I've had a few street fights in my lifetime. I'm like 5-1 in the street. Bill say he 50-0 in the streets. I'm 5-1. I had like 6 fights. Won 5 of them. I lost one of them. Yeah. That baddie fight gonna be better. Yeah, I mean, I want to see that baddie fight too. Yeah, I was sitting next to Tio at the fight. He ain't say nothing to me, but you know, we seen each other. Yeah, I'm 6'4", bro. I'm 6'4". I'm 210. I'm 6'4", 210 pounds right now. 210. August 15th. That's crazy. That's the day my mama passed. It'll be 14 years. Damn, AJ, you know, salute to you, brother. My condolences, 14 years, man. Salute to you and your family and your mom, man. May many blessings be upon your family, and I hope you take all the memories of her on August 15th, brother. And I just want to salute you. Street fight lasts 6 seconds. Yeah, you know, I had about 6 street fights. I won 5 of them. I took 1 L. I got to be real. I took an L. Got punched in the face before, but you know, learning lesson. Put me in Clarissa call. Okay, Maniac. Okay. Yeah, Maniac, man. We gonna check out your fight. Salvage Sanchez McGee. Yeah, let's get before I sign off. I'm about to sign off. Before I sign off. Najee versus Showbiz. What y'all think, chat? If me and Showbiz got into one of them fights, boxing, 6 rounds, me versus Showbiz, who y'all got, chat? Let me know. I gotta know before we get up out of here. Najee, Cigar Talk versus Showbiz, the War Room. Who y'all got? Who y'all got, chat? Me versus Showbiz. You got KO'd. Nah, I never got KO'd. I definitely never got KO'd. Najee versus Wallow. Yeah, I will wash Wallow. I ain't gonna lie. You on box rec? Nah, I ain't on no box rec, bro. We know Bill 50-0 in these streets. We need proof, Naj. You can't just say that. Yeah, I'm not 50-0, nigga. I ain't saying I got an O. I lost my O. I took 1 L. I took an L. Oh, Sanchez versus Dean is a good fight, you know. Yeah, I like that fight. Let me see. Y'all think who y'all thinks? Me, all of me or Showbiz? Me or Showbiz? Who wins that fight? Who wins that fight? Me or Showbiz? Yeah, salute, AJ, man. Salute to your mom, man. Prayers up, bro. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Listen, I got a jab. I'm telling you, I got a jab and a right hand. That's what I got. That's what I got. Showbiz might fuck me up. Damn, Lulu, you think so? Najee in 3, that's a smart bet. Nah, who seen Showbiz hitting the bag? Showbiz by 9th round stoppage to the body. Listen, none of us is getting to 9 rounds, nigga. It's not happening. I say 6 rounds. We could do a 6 rounder, me and Showbiz. I'm gonna keep it real, and I like Showbiz. I like and respect Showbiz. I do. He can't beat me in no 6-rounder. He ain't beating me in no 6-rounder. But salute to Showbiz, man. I like and respect Showbiz, man. Not happening. Najee got that front door reach. Yeah, it's not happening, bro. Showbiz not beating me in those 6 rounds. But I respect Showbiz though. But it's not happening. He said I would root for you, but I think Showbiz if y'all actually fought. Yeah, I don't know why, bro. It's gonna be that jab gonna be working. I'm telling you, I'm gonna hit Biz like this. Look, I'm gonna hit Biz. The jab. That jab gonna be working. Y'all see the speed on the camera? Y'all see the speed on the camera? Double jab. I'm telling you, bro. That jab, bro. They said Naj gonna get stopped. Damn, I'm gonna get stopped. That's crazy. They think I'm gonna get stopped by Showbiz? Nah, you wildin', man. Come on, y'all niggas wildin' right now. Naj would stop Mill City. No, I won't, because I'm not fighting Mill City. I wouldn't even fight him. He gotta, I only fight niggas with the motion. Not happening. I want to see the shadow work from both now. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying I would take a fight with Showbiz if the bag was right. I'd take a fight with Showbiz if that bag was right. Najee could probably beat Brian Custer. Come on, man. Brian Custer be working out too. You cook, bro. Man, they said I'm cooked. Showbiz got KO'd already? Ness? Yeah, I think I'd be Ness too. Salute to Ness in the boxer voice though. Nah, you meant he fought as a boxer teenage years. Who did? Who fought as a boxer? Naj versus Greg Hackett. Greg got a lot of experience, man. I mean, I would really have to, I would need a real training camp, like months. Like, I'm a lot bigger than Greg for sure, but Greg got a lot of experience, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm using that jab. Ain't no way Showbiz could deal with that jab, bro. I'm telling you straight up. Ain't no way he could deal with that jab. But salute to Showbiz, man. I rock with Showbiz, though. Only fight niggas with the motion is crazy. Yeah, I'm just telling you. I'm not. Come on, man. You gotta have some motion for it to be. You know what I mean? I met Showbiz in person. He's much taller and stronger than you think. He may be like 5'11", maybe 6 feet. I got a lot of, I'm definitely taller with a drastically longer reach than him. Tell Clarissa throw y'all on the card for the prelims. Yeah, we might have to do that. Me and Showbiz, I would entertain that. They said Ness will fuck me up. I don't think so. They say y'all seen Sean Zattel on the speed bag? Sean with the cutter. Fuck you up, Naj. Damn. Y'all ain't see me on the speed bag. I'm gonna have to post my speed bag highlights. I'm gonna have to post the speed bag highlights. Y'all sleeping on me, man. Y'all niggas is sleeping on me. Fight the white man from Buffalo? Who's that? Who that, Lulu? Greg will smother and come over the top with Najee. I think I maybe can I beat Greg? Maybe if I'm in super shape and I just use a jab. But Greg is like a real fighter, nigga. I'm not he a real boxer. Like, I've had street fights, bro. I ain't like a real I'm trying to box. I ain't never been that. I'm a nigga that's had street fights, but Greg a real boxer, man. So I don't know. Maybe by the size. If I could just jab him and move, I could probably beat Greg on points. But I don't know. Greg a real boxer with experience, bro. I don't know. Biz fought as an amateur. Oh yeah, I ain't know that. Biz fought as an amateur. Yeah, I still think I could beat him. Najee versus Brandon Marshall. See, I wouldn't go against Brandon Marshall. That's a real athlete. That nigga I'm not going against real athletes, nigga. I'm going against niggas that do YouTube. Any nigga that was a real athlete and they training, like, I'm not doing that, bro. I'm going against YouTube niggas that's got motion. Showbiz, I will do that. Ness versus Najee, Border Wars. 20. All right. Yeah, what y'all think? Me versus Ness? Yeah. Nah, no motion. Not enough motion for me to even consider that. Not happening. Not happening. Gotta get your shit up. Me versus Greg? I see Sean's telling a heavy bag. Yeah, I seen Sean on that bag too. Sean was in Gleason's gym throwing that heat. My son Sean was throwing that heat in Gleason's. Dino Wells, I'll coach you, Najee. Check out when the bell rings here. Holla at me. I'll get you sharp. Okay, Dino Wells, salute, bro. I'm going to check that out when the bell rings. Salute, man. Thanks for the super chat. Yo, do Ness got fights like that? I got Naj. Showbiz been KO'd already. Showbiz got KO'd? Yo, y'all niggas think so low of me. I don't know why y'all niggas think a nigga can't. You feel me? Just because I'm 37, don't get it fucked up, my boy. Don't get it fucked up, boy. I'm telling you, don't get it fucked up. That's what I'm saying. Naj learned the duck game from Shakur. Damn, come on, man. Come on, man. Y'all got to piece it up, gang. Nah, it's good. It's no beef. It's no beef. It's just, emotional. It's a motion party. You cannot get in. It's a motion party. You cannot get in. Mike Coppinger. Come on, man. What's up with y'all niggas? Mike Coppinger? That's my guy, though, man. Salute Mike Coppinger. Yo, it look like they saying they want to see me and Showbiz go at it, though. Me and Showbiz. That's a fact. You're not getting your name up off of me, bro. You got to get your own name up. You got to get your own name up. You can't do it off me. Naj versus Two-Tone. Come on, man. Salute the Two-Tone, though. I'll out-jab Two-Tone. Greg will tear your ass up. I don't think so. I don't think he would tear me up, but he could win, though. I don't think he would tear me up, but yeah, Greg a real fighter, my nigga, with real experience. So, yeah, man, Greg a real fighter with real experience. So I ain't even mad at that. If I took that L, fuck no, you ain't being Greg. I wonder, yeah, me and Greg, I might got to hit Greg to see if we can. Me and G might got to spar. You know what I'm saying? Yo, all right, would y'all pay $5 for a sparring session? $5, me and G. $5 a piece to stream it. Greg knocking me out, I guarantee he not knocking me out. That's not happening. He might beat me, though. He not knocking me out. That's not happening. They said I'm going to be on that Osterine. Najee, you'll be Two-Tone ass. Yeah. Salute Blue Blood. I rock with Blue Blood too, man. That's my guy. I rock with Blue Blood. Y'all might have to post some footage because y'all thinking I'm a hoe out here. Y'all niggas thinking I ain't got no hands. I'm a hoe. I'm this. Najee gonna start swinging crazy once he gets hit. Yeah, y'all think I'm a hoe, bro. I'm gonna have to throw some footage up. Showbiz told Boots he got KO. Yo, salute Blue Blood. Yeah, I rock with Blue Blood. They said I'll fight Nate Robinson. Blue Blood might sleep me? Blue Blood got fights like that? I ain't never seen Blue Blood get it in. Greg is the shortest cruiserweight in the world, literally. That's all I'm banking on with Greg. Because he's a real fighter, bro. I'm not a real fighter. I had a couple fights in the street. I'm not a real fighter, real boxer. Greg got real experience, so he could beat me. But I just think if I could use that jab and be in shape, we'll be in a good space. I'm going to use that jab and get in shape. And anytime Greg try to come inside, we going to tie his ass up. Now, Greg, my guy, man. Najee doing his homework first. Yeah, come on, man. I ain't just taking no L's. Yeah, me versus Showbiz. Yo, listen, if Turkey gave us the bag, I might entertain that for real. If Turkey gave the bag, I ain't gonna lie, Showbiz probably the only person I would even entertain something like that. Ain't even really nobody else that I would even entertain it. If it was Showbiz, I might entertain that. No, nobody else. Nobody else. Maybe Showbiz, I would entertain that, but that's about it. At least in the boxing community, you know what I'm saying? But yeah. Or that white boy Wade. Yeah, you know, but actually Wade challenged me one time. Wade was like, yo, what's up? What you want to do? I was like, yo, Wade, nigga, what you? You know what I mean? Wade got experience. Wade actually, like, Wade kind of decent, low key. Wade got some hands because he challenged me. I was like, man, get the what? You crazy boy. And then I looked up his YouTube videos and I was like, oh shit, Wade, all right. Wade got some hands. I would have to go to a real training camp for this. Then they said I got hands like Ice Spice. Them niggas is killing me. They're killing me. They said I got Ice Spice hands. Come on, that's crazy. Yeah, Wade got hands, bro. I ain't even gonna lie. I would have to really like train for real. Like against Wade, I would need a couple months of training camp. Wade is all right. Wade ain't no regular, like, you feel me? Wade ain't no regular, just, you know what I'm saying? Salute the Wade. They said Showbiz gonna be Tyson on your ass. I'm gonna use that jab, boy. That jab and keep turning them. Me versus Champ side, nah, not happening. Me versus Sean Zattel. Sean, my guy. Showbiz. You in Mill City promo would be crazy. That's not happening. No motion. It's a motion party. You cannot get in. All right, man. Yo, listen, I'm going to get up out of here. I appreciate everybody pulling up today. My bad. I was trying to get Bozy on, but it didn't happen tonight. It is what it is. We'll get on the next one. I'm going to definitely go live after the Abdullah Mason fight. Abdullah Mason is fighting this weekend. And we're definitely going to go live and talk about whatever happens between him and Albert Bell. So, yo, salute to the chat. Thank y'all for pulling up. I appreciate everybody in here. And, man, let's come back again, man. Thank you for supporting me. I got some good guests coming on the next one. I'll make sure that, you know, we got some good guests. But salute everybody. Thank you for pulling up. And we out of here, man.